So, if you remember, when we last left our intrepid group, Della and Miranda had run off the Devilman, who was not nearly as dead as everyone thought. And yeah, right. And Volt was casing the eastern gate into the St. Louis Cemetery number 1, and you guys were on your way to arrive and meet with him, if I remember correctly. So. Yes, and that's where we left off last time. So, that being said,
how long did the fight take? 5 minutes?
If that. It probably took 5 minutes from the time you heard somebody outside your house to the point where he ran off down the street and dissipated into black smoke. Probably. If that long.
How long would it take me to do a thaumaturge spell to increase the threshold of my house?
I can do a thing that increases the threshold of your house.
Well, if you're there, though.
She's at
my house.
Well, but if I leave, I think
you guys
it goes
get ready
away.
to leave, I think, right?
Yeah.
So I have to be in it currently when...
Right.
Okay.
I mean, I have threshold protection already, but after this...
Everybody... Well, yours, since it's a private residence, has a threshold of probably like 2. You probably got a ward spell up. So, Jody, what's your lore skill at right now?
5.
You probably have a ward around your house of a 5. You could throw up a ward pretty easy. That would be strength 5 and no problem. Now, if you wanted to be stronger than that, then we're going to have to talk about, maybe on weekends when you're not, destroying ghosts and, saving the world.
I'll just see if Darwin can help me. Probably between the 2 of us, you could make a stronger thing.
I don't know if you have a ward at your house either. It wouldn't be a bad... Honestly, wouldn't hurt, since you guys are kind of getting into the thick of things, to get wards on all your respective businesses.
You know what?
Yeah. Or respective living quarters.
We should think about, since we're kind of doing this, it's becoming more of a thing.
Mm-hmm.
We should talk to the rest of the guys about it. But we should think about, maybe setting up a base of operations.
And a lair?
Let's have a lair.
I know a big warehouse.
I was about to say.
I was about to
lair type area.
I just show up at their houses and then I volunteer at his house to be like...
You have a big black car that's parked inside it. Oh, wait, you already have a big black car. That's right.
I was going to mount flamethrowers to it.
That's right. And I put a big bat on the side.
supernatural mobile.
All right.
It sounds like a great idea, but I really like the location of my house.
I think my threshold is just going to be a bunch of tripwire set up to sawed-off shotguns.
That's a pretty good threshold.
I mean...
Yeah, that'll definitely deter, most things.
I brought a bunch of artists, so that's mine. I mean,
yeah. It smells like patchouli. Yeah. Run away. And B.O. I'm sorry. No, actually, the NOLA Art House, most of the artists there are actually a little nicer than that. It probably does smell like patchouli and closed cigarettes. But other than that, it's actually probably a very clean and nice place. Because most of the people there have actually, they've either got sponsors or they've sold a few pieces and, they make a little money.
Too many copies of Infinite Jest on here.
Sorry. But yeah, so you probably do, and you might even want to think about setting up wards that have attacks attached to them. If you remember in the Dresden files, his door was set up so that it did lightning strikes, and it was.
That's cool.
The way they got around in the Dresden files was they attacking the zombies. Hundreds of zombies. Mm-hmm. And so it gradually ran the ward down of power because it's just zapping zombies, and there's hundreds of them. And so after a while, it's out of juice. So.
Start burning the whole complex down. Just whatever to get out of the ward.
So,
but
think about
I want to mind later, maybe I could toss wards up on everybody's place.
Not a bad idea.
Again,
not a bad idea. If nothing else, wards that will alert you when something supernatural gets in a certain radius. Mm-hmm. He had one of those too, where if something got close, there was a candle that would burn blue, and so that told you, right. So it's not a bad idea, if nothing else. And doing something like that would probably, you could do everybody a alert ward in probably an afternoon, because those are really, really low power. But yeah, anyway, they wouldn't protect you, but they'd at least let you, climb out the back window if you want to get away from stuff. So there you go. All right, but anyway, Miranda and Della and Bunk and Darwin, what are you guys up to?
Well, depending on what time it was, I know that we had talked about meeting up around the cemetery area around.
Like 9 or something like that.
I think it was something like 9. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And keep them watch for a couple hours and see if anything happens.
See,
Yeah.
What time is it?
Well, it had just gotten dark when the Devilman attacked you. Or it had been dark for maybe an hour. So I think it was probably around 8 o'clock, maybe 8:30 when they're all said and
Okay.
done. And you had been there watching the east entrance for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You'd been there since at least the sun went down because I know you watched Oliver lock everything up.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So I'm gonna tell Miranda. Or something to say. So Miranda, I think the Devilman was here because the staff is in my house.
I thought so. Should
And
we?
I'd rather not leave the staff here unattended. So I'm gonna take it with us. Is that
Okay.
crazy? Okay.
No, I was
So-
going to suggest the same.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the staff with us. And do I have any? I'm gonna rummage around. You can do a resource thing for something that maybe I keep some maps in. And can I fit the staff in there? I mean, is it wide or is it just long?
It's kind of a short staff. It's probably about this long. The head of it is this kind of this big gnarled piece of wood, and it tapers to kind of a little bit of a point, but not sharp enough to actually hurt anybody. Okay, you could impale a vampire with it if you wanted to, but only black core vampires would really care. So it's probably about this big at one end, and it comes to kind of like a point about like that big at the other end. So you're not going to have a tube that would really fit it.
Then
Doesn't
I will
mean
just
you
have a
could-
fancy walking stick.
You're going to touch it. Oh, that's interesting. Cool.
I wonder if Darwin can make a bag of holding. He's like,
Nah.
nah.
You could have something that would open up into the Never Never, and you could deposit stuff there. But essentially, you
That would
just
just
be
be
carrying
leaving
hold
a
of the Never
closet,
Never. Yeah.
leaving it in a closet, and
Yeah.
it just laying in a field in Narnia.
Yeah, right.
That's what I feel like. It is.
All right.
Stab it in the ground and Narnia, it's like sprouting. It's like I'm not sure you want a Devilman staff sprouting.
So I know I had wrapped cloth around
You
it.
had, yes,
So was it all around the staff?
pretty much, yeah. I mean, you had kind of wrap something around it. So I think you had wrapped your coat around it initially.
I believe
That's
so
what
too. I
happened.
remember
And then
that.
dumped it in a drawer, probably.
Yeah, well, yeah, you probably put it somewhere. I don't know. Do you want to touch it? You don't know that anything bad's going to happen to you.
Do it if you're bad.
Do it for the grand.
Ah. All right, so
Yeah.
I'm gonna go to the drawer
Mm-hmm.
that has that in there.
Mm-hmm. It's probably sitting in your umbrella stand by the door, actually.
Okay, I'm gonna go to the umbrella stand and
Big elephant foot.
I'm gonna touch it.
Feels like a stick. It's
I'm
very
gonna-
black.
I'm gonna grab it.
Feels like a stick.
Any fear? Nothing
Make a
strange
dispatch. I'm
things are
kidding.
happening.
Do you want to look at it with your wizard's sight?
No.
Okay.
No, I mean I do eventually, but we have
Yeah, you got things
bigger
to do.
fish
right.
to fry, and I think that was me down a rabbit hole.
feels like a black piece of wood. You think it's probably ebony. You don't think it's anything else. The interesting thing is, you would have kind of figured when you guys killed the Devilman that this stuff would have turned into ectoplasm, that clear goo.
Right.
And it's kind of interesting that it didn't.
Right. All right.
Yeah.
So
Guess
So I'm
that
just
should have
gonna-
been
I'm
our
gonna take
clue
it.
that he was still
I
around.
figure that if I can handle it and it's not doing anything weird to me, I at least have a pointy stick to impale someone with.
Well, as far as you know, it's not doing anything.
Whatever.
Did we attempt to destroy this thing before? And
We
it
haven't had
worked?
time. We
No, you guys have been
we took the stick. It was
running
like a
full out.
really
It's
long night, and we
Entirely
went to
possible
sleep.
that this thing is like a phylactery or something, and the reason why he is not going away is because maybe
Something's
this
inside
is
it.
tethering him here still. Maybe.
Could be.
Very possible.
Could be. No, I agree with you. I mean,
Make me a lore
yeah.
check.
Okay. I'm super great at that.
I heard that. Well, okay, even. What's
Yeah.
your
So
lore?
1.
It's possible. Didn't help at all, did it?
Possible.
I just like the fact that she used the word phylactery.
Yeah, that's
High
good.
points.
That's definitely worth a point.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, I'm just gonna carry it like it's a staff,
It,
a
yeah.
walking stick.
Yeah.
It's long enough to be a walking stick, right?
Nothing.
Yeah.
Are you touching it? Skin to.
Yep, she
Wood,
is.
skin to wood, skin to
Okay.
ebony, skin to whatever.
Okay.
Again, it feels just like it's actually very smooth. It seems like it's been worn. The top of it's actually, kind of rounded, and it's the side that's kind of gnarled, like almost like somebody's put their hand on it many, many times in the past, and so it's just worn down to where the top is just kind of smooth and soft and glassy.
You're gonna say it has like finger grooves in it?
No, not quite like that. Just like somebody's
Using
held
it
it
for
like
years.
this. Walks with it. Yeah, you don't know. But yeah, and this make me a lore check, sweetie. Ooh,
Whoa,
that's a
look
good-
at that.
Okay.
+7.
That is
Nice.
You get
hella good.
Yeah, you get the
That is so
intense
nice.
feeling that this thing is very, very old. I mean, when you start running your hands on it, and it just feels worn and like it's been around for a while, and you get the distinct feeling of age from it.
Okay.
Not like it was, put together in the last 20, 30 years, but like this thing may have been around for a while. Not sure how long. So yeah.
It was made in the darkness, molded by it.
Molded by it. There you go.
Didn't see
All right.
light until it was already old wood.
That's right. You're right.
All right. Well, let's head down to the cemetery to meet the guys.
All right. So you guys hop a streetcar to head to the cemetery, or possibly a bus. Do you have a vehicle? No. So you're probably going to just head down there on public transportation and scooter. You mean you can catch a bus too? I mean, St. Louis #1 has lots of stuff that runs by it, so it's up to you whether you want to have your scooter there or not.
That's all right. I like to have my own mode of getting out.
Definitely understood.
Especially now that he's hanging out with us.
Right,
Yeah.
right? Gotcha. All right, so you all head towards the cemetery. You've been kind of hanging out there. Haven't seen anything untoward. It's been dark for maybe an hour or two. You're sitting in the Impala. Or no, I'm sorry. You were hiding in the shadows where one of the stairs.
Hiding underneath it or something.
Right, and so you've been kind of hanging out there. Not a whole lot going on. You see a few people walking down the street. Not a whole lot. Where are you heading to? You remember there's a south entrance and an eastern entrance. Who's heading where?
Which one was the one that Oliver was at?
Oliver's at the south entrance. So
South
there's a little guard
entrance.
shack there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we'd all go to the same entrance we'd been at earlier.
So the south entrance? Okay. You roll up to the south entrance, get off the bus. You see Oliver sitting in his little guard shack. There's a light on. He looks like he's maybe watching television, something like that. He looks terribly excited about everything. So, yeah.
Has he noticed us?
Well, probably not. Unless you head towards the cemetery, he probably wouldn't
We
notice.
should probably. Are we sneaking in? Like, what is the plan? Because we should probably not be seen by him if we were doing.
I thought this was more of a stakeout thing at this
Yeah.
point because I
Oh, okay.
thought we heard the story of like cars coming in and out, and then
Yeah.
Oliver's like, I don't know anything about that, and then we're like,
Yeah, sure you
We're
don't.
just kind of like in
Should we-
different areas, not actually
We should
going
maybe
to the.
group up and spread out. Like maybe cover both the entrances and just watch it
should
from
group
afar.
up and spread out.
Well, like,
I
what
like
I
it.
meant is not spread out one
In pairs and
individually
vote by
in
himself.
pairs. Yeah,
Like Scooby Doo?
yeah. Scooby Gang. Let's
So
do
yeah,
it.
so Scooby and Shaggy will go one way, while Velma and Fred and Daphne go the other way. So Daphne can get into trouble and something they have to rescue her. There you go. That's the way it works.
My glasses.
Yeah,
That's what,
So
and Scooby and
Scooby and Shaggy will have the sandwiches.
right. Well,
and the Benny Hen. Not Benny Hen. What's the saying?
Benny Hill.
Benny Hill. Benny Hen is a different vibe entirely.
No, they always had I love you, I really think I love some kind of cheesy
So,
70s music
yes.
while they run back and forth between doors and stuff like that. Yeah. Alrighty. Boy, we are really showing how old we are. Or at least I am.
I'm
So,
young.
I don't know, because the moment I heard my glasses, the first thing I thought was the Scooby-Doo and Johnny Bravo crossover episode
I
where
can't see without my glasses.
I can't see without my glasses. I can't be seen without my glasses.
I forgot about that.
that's good stuff. That's good stuff.
Oh, mama.
So, you get off the bus or the streetcar, whichever one you're taking, and you've all kind of arrived probably about around the same time, maybe within about 15 minutes of each other. You're at the south entrance. Let's see. Let's say Della and Miranda arrive first. Okay. So you get off the streetcar at the south entrance. What are you going to do? Well, it's going to be a bus. Actually, there's no streetcars.
Okay. I guess
Let's just hop off and stand over here and kind of like on the
We'll just-
north side.
Yeah, we'll just
The north-
Opposite.
The north side is where the cemetery is, so you would be standing on the south side of the road.
There's a south and an east entrance.
Right. So
Okay,
so
opposite.
you got hang on, you got your doors, okay, you got your entrance in the southern wall of the cemetery. Okay, so yeah, so if you go across the street you'd have to continue further south.
Okay.
I guess I should sketch it out on the thingy.
Whatever entrance they're going to stake out, we should probably stake out the other one.
Okay.
Right.
And at some point, maybe tell them about what happened at your house.
Right.
You know, you could give them a call.
Oh, I could do that.
We do
I
have
could do
phones.
that.
Mm-hmm. You could.
I know
you
yours
could
works.
yours works too
I'm
now.
I'm
Sure.
going to take about
Apparently.
10 steps away from Della
Yeah, probably.
and then call Darwin.
All right. Your phone
Ring,
rings.
Well, I don't answer.
Yeah.
I'm driving.
Different answer. All right.
Try to take your hands off the handlebars.
Wait, do I
No,
have
thank
Bunk's
you.
phone number? Did we exchange
Yeah, I think
information?
you called me.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, all right.
That-
I
that
will
was the
call
thing.
Bunk then.
Yes,
So you call Bunk.
Yes.
Ring,
Bunk, you're on the bus heading down that direction.
Yep.
So phone call.
Y'all are separate.
Mhm.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
Mhm.
I'm like,
Yeah.
hey, which one did we decide? South. We're staking out the south entrance. When you get here,
Okay.
stake.
Whispering.
Oh, I'm not sure.
How are you now? I'm on
I'm.
the bus.
Oh,
It's pretty weird that I'm whispering. on the
okay.
on the
Sorry.
bus.
Well, you don't have to whisper.
No.
I can
Okay.
whisper and you can talk
Okay.
more. Okay. So now I'm talking normal. So we're at the south entrance, kind of watching.
Okay.
Guards getting kind of.
Who's we?
Me and Della.
Okay.
We were attacked earlier. That's another
Mm-hmm.
thing. I guess. Should I tell them that now?
Yes.
I'm not
you
gonna
should
tell
do
Party
that.
started.
She said no.
Okay,
She said
then no.
It's not relevant to what we're doing right now,
Oh,
but
just tell him.
okay, the Devilman is alive and well.
Didn't we, get rid of that problem?
We
so,
thought
yeah.
we did, but we may or may not be holding his like really deadly staff right now on the side of the road.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
I don't
cool.
know that he'll. I'm assuming
Okay.
that we
are
won't.
y'all okay?
we're good. We're totally fine. It went. I handled it.
Of course y'all.
And but we're staking out the south entrance. So when you get here, if you see anybody else, maybe the other entrance needs a pair
Okay.
of eyes on it.
All right. I'll head to the other entrance,
East
east entrance.
entrance,
And
yeah.
have you talked to anybody else besides?
I tried calling Darwin, but he doesn't answer my calls, probably because I'm annoying. But I will probably call Bolt after that.
Well, he might be driving too. So
That's also valid. He
Right.
is on a scooter.
yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Have anybody heard from Volt?
Haven't, assuming he's sleeping in.
Okay.
Okay. I'll call him.
Yeah, you call him, and then I'll be at the east entrance and let him know that's where I'll be.
Okay, all right. I'll send him right.
All right. So you guys are going to slide into the shadows now, or are you going to call Volt first?
I'll maybe texting's better than calling, given
that's
the
not a
fact
bad
I'm trying to
idea,
be stealthy.
Uh-huh.
Give him a text message.
I'll send him a text message that says, "At South Cemetery entrance, meet Bunk at East entrance when you wake up." Send.
KK, been there since 6.
Oh, okay, cool. He's already here. Where are you?
I'm looking around.
I'm
East
full on.
entrance.
Cool.
I'm
Bunk's on
full
his way
on.
to you.
I'm
KK.
full on expecting us to be like, oh man, he's been sleeping at the east entrance this entire time.
Sleeping in.
That's a Miranda statement right there. Oh, you've been sleeping at the east entrance? Well, okay. Yeah, right. Gotcha. Sure.
Got evicted from a warehouse.
I get that it's boring, but
Full of hard times.
look
I'd
alive.
like to see that happen. Yeah.
That's true.
Landlord says, "Yeah, you haven't been paying rent."
You should pay me rent.
That's right. I'm keeping it safe down
Oh,
here.
and then I will send
protection money.
emoji of the devil and a sword and the wizard emoji and the wizard emoji that's holding the staff. Yeah.
You're not
I think
sure what
so.
that
Yeah,
means.
so, like, I just sent back a dragon and lightning.
works.
Yeah.
They have a dragon emoji? I guess we
Yeah, he's like,
Yeah,
There
there's
is
a dragon
one.
emoji.
That's cool.
oh yeah, he's on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I fully interpret that as we're on the same page.
Yeah.
He understood
He
everything.
understood
And he's
everything.
watching.
That's right. Wow, we're simpatico. Yeah. Alrighty.
I'm
So
really good at this stuff, guys.
you two need to make me a stealth check real quick since you're hiding from Oliver.
Who, us?
What?
Yes.
Uh,
You're
Is
hiding
stealth
from
a
Oliver, right.
specific thing or a?
Stealth is a skill.
There's a stealth.
Okay, I don't have it.
You have +0. Everybody has every skill just at +0 unless it says minus something.
Oh
Wow.
She walks right up and says,
I'm really good at this, guys.
Face plant.
I'm at -1.
Wow.
You find all the
you don't have
broken
any stealth
glass in
either?
the street and just step
Oh
on
my
it.
gosh.
I imagine that while I was whispering to Bunk, he just noticed already. I was like, hey!
"Be at the south entrance."
Yeah, you're standing out in the middle of the street talking to Volt and Bunk, and as you start to head across the street, Oliver steps on the little guard shack and goes, "Hey,
Oh, hey!
what are you doing back here? We're closed."
We're not here for this.
That's a report. Oh no, that's a deceit check. I'm just gonna need
I
that.
don't think I have that.
Oh goody,
Oh,
this
good.
ought to be fun.
No, you're good at this.
This is when she's going to get all pluses.
Yep.
Oh, I dropped one on the floor.
She's even now.
until I roll that one.
Oh no, Kaylin touched it.
That's okay.
Yeah, watch it be a plus. What I tell you.
Well, it was a nothing, so
Yeah.
that's good.
Better than that.
0.
Let me see if I
I'm
can.
not gonna lie, I don't have stealth, but I do have deceit. I figured I
Yeah.
probably couldn't hide from someone, but I might be able to lie.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I got lost.
I have performance.
Oliver looks at you and says, "Yeah, look, you're gonna have to go stand somewhere else. I don't know what you're doing here, but don't make me call the police."
Please don't loiter. Just
Just move on. He didn't buy it.
I'm
He only got
having
+1,
such-
so you know.
I am having such mixed feelings.
Yeah.
I'm going to talk to Gabriel later. He's going to hear about this.
Yep, yeah.
All right.
So you guys are gonna have to move
So
along.
really loudly, I'm gonna say, "Well, okay, let's go get a drink." And I head down one of the roads that to where I know there's a
So
bar.
you can head. It's only probably you can go probably 2 or 3 blocks, and you'll be
Texting
out of
Vault
range.
already. Change of plan. South entrance.
No,
Wide
no,
open.
no,
Oh,
no, no,
okay,
no,
we're
no,
good.
Okay.
We're just gonna walk away.
Right.
We're gonna circle
Delete,
around.
delete, delete.
I want to know what the rest of that was. Chains of plan, south entrance wide open.
You see a dragon.
Alright, so
Barreling.
So I just follow Bella's lead at this
Right.
point since I have royally cocked this up.
So you guys are heading east.
We're gonna
About
stay further away and just kind of like peek around.
where you're walking down the street and you hear. Darwin comes rolling up on his scooter. Probably you park your scooter somewhere and chain it to a lamppost or one of those little horse-headed thingies. Used to be, I guess, a hitching post at some point, but yeah. You chain it there, and you get off your scooter.
Whole bunch of waving and arm flailing like a.
Okay.
Hey,
I called you.
oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
What's up?
So we were made at the cemetery,
Not me.
so we're kind of moving away a little bit. So we're here, but you won't see us, hopefully. So the south entrance needs somebody.
By the way, remember that any stress that you took from last round is gone.
Oh,
Now your
okay.
minor consequence is still there, but it'll be gone after this scene. But if any stress you took is gone. So if you cast any spells, you're kind of recharged, rested, and relaxed, and ready to go. Sorry. Anyway,
Okay, quick question though.
Yeah.
As we're having this conversation,
I'm bandaged.
are we in front of the south entrance as we're having this conversation?
no.
we moved
You guys are
down
about
the road.
2 blocks to the east.
Yes, right in front.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was like,
Yeah.
we've been made, you might not see us, but we'll be around. I'm sitting there just like, Oliver's like,
Message it.
hi.
The
What are you doing?
how
There, yeah.
people now think
No,
it's-
they're about 2 blocks east. You saw that they were actually walking away from the
Oh,
cemetery
100%. It looks
when
like
you
it
stopped.
totally-
Yeah.
It's an ink blot at this point for me.
Yeah, so Oliver saw us and told us to leave or be arrested.
Yeah.
I mean, at that point,
Is this whole
I feel like we don't have to be right on top of that thing to see whether or not vehicles are going in and out of it.
Probably
Yes.
you're right.
So we're gonna make a really big square
So what's
and come
across
back
from the
and find somewhere else to
south
loiter.
entrance?
See, I was wondering that too.
South
Yeah,
entrance, I believe we said that there were houses.
Houses.
Little townhouses and stuff like
okay.
that. To the west of it, there's the train museum, which unfortunately you did not get to go to, which was sad. Maybe tomorrow. And then on the east entrance, there's again more houses and residential area kind of around it. If you go a little further east, there's Louis Armstrong Park, which nobody wants to go into after dark anyway. So there you go.
So not a good lot of places to.
Yeah.
Well, the houses, a lot of them have like those little stairs, like where he's hiding. There are a few side streets that you could go and things like that.
There's not like a bar that you can go sit in and just kind of peek around.
Unfortunately, no.
That'd be nice.
That'd be further along.
Yeah.
If you go further down, probably about 2 or 3 blocks, yeah, there's lots of them. Across the street from Louis Armstrong Park, there's a bunch of bars, but it's really going to be too far to see the cemetery from. So, yeah, unfortunately.
Do we think that they'll show up given how suspiciously we've acted and the fact that we told Oliver today that we basically knew about cars showing up here and
No, I think Oliver is probably one of those guys who doesn't believe that if something is happening, that anything would happen. He probably doesn't take us seriously.
I
Can't
guarantee
imagine why.
I can guarantee he does not take us seriously.
All right, so while you guys are standing on the sidewalk discussing this with Darwin, the bus lets you off at the corner of the cemetery. And what are you going to do, Buck?
Do I see any of them or?
No. Make me a investigation. Well, it's not really alertness. Make me an alertness.
Okay.
We rolled it on that top, yeah.
Nice.
It really.
You guys rolled great today.
So just -1.
Okay. No, you don't.
Even.
Yeah. Okay. Well, no, you don't. They're a couple blocks down, so you don't. I mean, there's a lot. There's actually enough people out on the street that you are not really seeing them.
Okay.
So yeah.
So I'll head to the east entrance.
Okay. Cool. All right. You're at the east entrance. You're kind of underneath these stairs.
I'm gonna keep an eye out for Bunk. Since
Right. Yeah. You see him kind of coming along. Well, being sneaky.
No, not especially. I mean,
Okay.
I'm kind of like I'm walking around, like trying to act normal and not look suspicious.
You see him, yeah, walking down the sidewalk on the street near where you are. Yeah, you definitely see him walking.
okay, I will de-dragon, go back to human form, and go out to meet him.
Okay. Volt slides out from underneath the stairs. What it is the stairs kind of go up to the door, and there's a little kind of lower area, which would be probably for drainage, that's down there, and he's kind of sitting. It's not really. It's concrete. It's not dirty or nasty or gross or buggy or anything like that. But he's kind of down in this little lower area because it gives him a good place to hide. It's also very shadowy. There's a lot less streetlights, remember, than there normally are in New Orleans because it's still only about 5 years after Katrina. So there's a lot of streetlights, and there's definitely a lot of shadows that you can hide in. And he comes out and meets you, and I guess you guys probably go hide in the area.
Yeah.
I got a good hiding spot.
Give me a stealth check. I'll let one of you roll, or each of you roll, whichever you prefer.
Do you have stealth?
I've got a 1 for stealth.
Okay, I can change back to dragon form and get 3 stealth.
Boom.
Okay, so you can assist him, which means you get a +1.
Okay. Hoocha, money. Well,
That's not bad.
So +2 stealth then?
And he helps us plus
He
3.
has.
Also +3 total then.
Okay, so you guys kind of slide up next to the thing. You think you're pretty sneaky and you're in black clothes. So you're good.
You're doing a lot better.
All right, so you guys are on the sidewalk trying to figure out what you're going to do about the south entrance, right?
Miranda's jealous.
All right.
Super salty.
So I text to Miranda, in position.
In position.
Okay. Pumpkin.
I'm gonna say, send a emoji of a dragon, a lightning bolt, and a trombone.
Did I send it?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, you got it.
I'll send back an emoji of a crying, sad face and 2 broken hearts and an ambulance.
You're not sure.
Are they in
And so I
You're
just
kind of wondering.
text back question mark.
Yeah.
I'm like, and I just send a thumbs up. Be like, good.
You don't think she's? You're not sure what's
What
going
is
on.
happening?
Yeah. It seems-
Pouring my heart out in my text messages.
Unfortunately, I can't interfere because I'll kill her phone.
Mhm.
I'm at the mercy of her
Oh.
emojis.
The power I wield right now. So, do you want to tell Darwin what happened to us
Sure.
earlier? He's probably wondering why you're holding that.
Yeah, she does have a
I'm
big.
just confused why you guys are having a conversation like I'm not here.
Hey,
She's
Darwin.
carrying this. You're pretty sure it's the Devilman staff.
Yeah, that's not cool.
Yeah.
So, I wasn't going to tell you right now, but so here we go. As I was leaving my house today, the Devilman appeared. And in the midst of sneaking away, Miranda called and he found me. But thankfully, she showed up. She came around the house and attacked him, so he didn't kill me. And we fought him and hurt him pretty badly. She really wailed on him with the sword, and he took off. But I think he was after the staff, which I've checked. Touching it is not affecting me at all. There's no weird feeling. I'm not going to do my wizard woo-woo stuff on it because I don't want to know it's there.
She hasn't noticed the stitch of horns right there.
Whatever. Anyway, so we brought it with us because I didn't want the Devilman to come back and like destroy my house while we're casing this.
Just thinking about, like someone seducing powers. Like, yeah, no, it's totally fine. There's nothing wrong with it at all. No, it's cool.
Can I
Yeah,
touch
yeah,
it?
Wilbur!
So we're gonna make
Is it
a
giving
circuit
you Wilbur
here,
vibes?
Mhm.
and then like try to come back and be less noticeable. We'll probably stand further away, more in the shadows. So I guess they have what side did they say they were on?
East.
They're on the east side. We're probably gonna try to go to like the north side.
I don't know. We don't
So
have
if
a
you want to
camera.
try
Nope.
There's no northern entrance.
Good
Nobody
shit.
would come in on
what
that.
entrances are there
We
again?
could just
South and east.
Oh, okay. So we'll do the east
But,
side.
no,
You
edit
can
that
stay on
out.
the east side with
Blur it.
us,
Just blur it.
or you can go to the south side with them.
Mm-mm.
What? Bolt's on the east side.
Yeah, we're on the east
So is
side.
he?
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
You said go to the south side with
We were
them,
made
right?
on the
Sorry,
south
let me try
side.
this again.
Just try that one more time.
So
Strike that. Reverse
you
it.
can either go on the same side as us, or you can go on the same side
He
as them.
doesn't know about him though. We're the ones who got made.
Oh,
So he
okay.
could maybe monitor the south side. What do you think?
I'm thinking you just told me you were attacked by a devil man. We're just going to gloss
Well-
over this?
He ran away. I think he's good for tonight. I have the staff. We'll be
want to say
fine.
anything right now. I was just worried that maybe he would come back, and I wanted everybody to be on alert, but he probably won't.
Okay,
He's not
question.
going to come back.
Importance of the staff of the devil man.
I brought it with me because I think he was attracted to my home because of the staff.
And you brought it with you.
Yes.
Hey, we're stronger together. She would have been by herself. The only reason I went by there hey, you shouldn't have took that rock from the cemetery, by the way.
Worst comes to worst.
We're grave robbing now? I'm not down with this.
Look, worst comes to worst, Darwin. Devilman shows up, and all these people have come in. We'll just use the Devilman to wipe them out, and then we'll be fine.
The
Let's
devil
you and
man
him
doesn't really
fight.
seem
Let's
like
commit
a
genocide.
using type.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just saying. I had no choice. It was either not come tonight and help you guys, or bring the staff with me.
The options were, in fact, limited. It was trying to break into her house, and she was going to be there by herself if I hadn't showed up to reprimand her, but I saved her instead.
There was no reprimanding going on.
I know. I'm looking at her like, reprimand for what?
I didn't know. I don't know what you were doing with the rock. You could have told me what you were doing with the rock.
What rock?
Wasn't there a rock? I thought I saw
A
you
piece
take
of
a rock.
a vase that you used to make.
It was a
incense from.
piece of a vase that was not even attached to it anymore.
Okay. Wow.
And I thought I would just take it so I could listen to what was happening in the cemetery.
You could do
So grave robbing.
Yes.
You know, it's a very,
Yes, that's right.
it's a very slippery slope becoming a good paladin to an evil
Yeah,
warlock.
anti-
I've never been a paladin.
Anti-paladin.
I'm a
She
warden.
said,
It's
Mhm.
different. So, Anyway.
They do execute
And I would've been
warlocks. So
fine.
yeah, they're maybe not such
But I
good
got a
guys.
phone call while I'm hiding from the Devilman, and the phone actually rang.
I guess that's impressive in its own right.
Yeah, you know who it was?
I called her.
So yeah, I had no choice but to bring the staff with me. All right, so
I feel like I'm being talked about.
Feel triggered?
I am also here.
okay. No, seriously, we're gonna get this side over here. You can either hang with us or them. Or you can find your own little spot that you think would be better.
Go your own way.
But understand, yes, I do have the Devilman staff. Does that make you nervous?
Darwin turns around and goes home.
I won't be upset.
Does he look visibly
Ciao.
You got this covered. I don't
He's
know.
recounting all
It's
the places.
buffering.
Watch
He's
more
going back
episodes
to
of
the
MASH
museum.
on videotape.
They told me it was going to be the World War II museum.
Yeah.
Are you still wearing
How
your
was-
Death
said that,
Museum t-shirt?
Well, that's a good question. Probably so.
Oh,
Yes,
Museum
but
of
I'm
Death.
also wearing my fancy coveralls.
Oh, right.
Ooh.
So it's
He's gonna fit
coveralls over Museum of Death.
Right.
Yes. Right. And your
It's
utility
very
belt.
fine material. I mean, it's really good shirt.
Really comfortable
I like
shirt.
Question: How? If I were to go to the corner of these two entrances, like, how far
Damn it.
away would those entrances be from said corner?
It's about to be the most
Probably about
obvious.
100 feet. So you could maybe 150. You could see them. If anything, large is going in and out or something like that.
Okay.
Mhm.
Oh, we're good.
Also, around that
Yeah,
corner,
yeah.
because that would be the southeast corner.
Mhm.
What am I looking around? Because I know you said on the south side is a bunch of houses and stuff. If I go too far east, I hit that one park that I
Yeah.
almost go to.
Yeah.
You said that was like a couple blocks down or something.
Right,
Like
a
that.
couple blocks in. You're about maybe. You're going to be still primarily residential houses. Some of them are empty, and nobody is living in them. There's some that have little porch lights on and stuff like that. But there are a good many of them that are empty. You actually see now that you're looking at it. Katrina ran a lot of people out of town, and they have not come back yet.
I was thinking I would take my scooter, go to the corner, probably at a round house that no one's living at, and chill. Send a message out saying, "Hey, I'm at the corner. Let me know if something happens."
I'll bring my big gun.
And you'd be able to see.
All right, so you post up.
everybody sees that.
You take the scooter, probably roll it down the
I'm
street,
still
not really
just
ride it because it's
apologizing.
quiet. And sure enough, there are a couple houses on the corner that you can kind of
You saved me, so I'm glad.
slide in an alleyway between the buildings. There's trash. There obviously have been empty for a while.
Right.
You don't see anybody in the alley, which means you're probably not going to get jumped from behind.
Oh, good.
But you roll your scooter up in there and kind of hunker down and wait. Now, where are you two going?
I mean, it's up to you. I was just thinking if we
No,
just
we're just
stayed
down
down
the
the
street a
street
little
out of Oliver's sight,
Mhm.
but
Within sight of him.
maybe
Yeah.
see him.
Okay.
We could get a signal if something starts popping.
So if he
up.
starts running, we're like, oh, need to go.
You get up a flare, one of your magical
That's the
flares.
sound of recognizing trouble.
All right, so
Oh, that's it.
that's it.
They said there would be a sign. What's this? Explosion!
Alrighty, so
Lightning. Just
you settle in for your stakeout to watch and see what's going on. I need everybody to make me an alertness check real quick, please.
I actually have that. One.
I am super.
Ah, 0.
I got 5.
+3.
Wow.
You're sitting there. You don't see anything really going on. Of course, there's a few people on the street. Most of them are towards the French Quarter, Louis Armstrong Park. Not in the park, but they're east of you, heading to Lafitte's and stuff like that. This area, especially after dark, is not terribly touristy, but east of you is where everybody would be going to bars and Lafitte's and stuff like that. You do see one of these ghost and vampire tours go by with a guy who's wearing top hat and kind of tall stovepipe hat and a long black cloak, and he's got a kind of a waistcoat. You get the idea. He's kind of going for the 1800s, gay 90s kind of thing. He's dressed pretty well. He's got the handlebar mustache and the beard, and he's talking about the St. Louis and then and stuff like that. And he stops and talks to his people, tells this ghost story about the St. Louis cemetery and how it's not safe to go in there at night. There's muggers and things like that, and so they started closing the gates, and then he toddles off down towards the French Quarter a little further with his little group of about table in tow. So an hour goes by. You're kind of a little bored, but you're kind of keeping your eyes open.
I'm twirling the Devilman staff and playing with it now.
I'm playing Snake
because I'm
on my
bored.
thing.
Do you want to open your wizard site and look at it?
No, I'm
Okay.
just
Checking.
No.
You're kind of playing with the staff. Nothing terribly going on. You're sitting at the gate. Don't see anything going on. You're not sure what. It's about 10 o'clock. Maybe a little early because that most of the stuff happens around midnight. Doesn't seem to be anything exciting. As you're sitting there, you notice from east of you, there seems to be a group of people walking up the street. One of them's got one of these huge ass beer, things, and another one's got a hand grenade, which is the big green drink from the tropical isle. They're kind of staggering around up the street. About the time they get to the corner, you both see them. No, you two, because you got the alertness of +5.
That's fine.
Right.
Oh, sorry.
Okay.
Duh.
There's something off about these guys. You get the feeling they're not, they're kind of being loud and boisterous and talkative and drunk, and you get the feeling they're not really
It's a show.
drunk, that they're making a big show, like they're trying to either see if somebody's around or something.
You've
You're
seen
not really
someone
sure.
pretend to be drunk before.
Yeah, I've attempted to be pretend to be drunk.
Right.
Hey,
There's
Miranda,
5 of them. Or 6 of them, excuse me, 6 of them.
you see those people coming down the street there?
Yeah, the drunk revelers.
They're not drunk.
Oh,
I don't think they're drunk. I think
they're doing a really good job of pretending to be drunk.
Yeah.
Better than I did.
we should take notes, but yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't think that they're really
No,
drunk.
they're not.
Should
You
I
two
send out
both
an
see them
alert?
about the same time, and you're definitely sure that these guys are a lot more sober than they're letting on. They do have, maybe it's just that they've got more beer in their, little huge ass beer than they should, or they're not nearly as drunk, and they also seem to maybe have their heads on a swivel a little more than you would expect from people who were staggering around having a good time at the French Quarter. They definitely seem like they're looking for someone.
Now
Or
what
something.
we did wrong.
Yeah.
We'll be much better
Well,
friends next time.
Don't know. Eyes on them. There's something.
Yeah, these 5 guys, you see them. There's drunk fellows wandering down. They look like another group of tourists, but he lets you know, no, there's something off about these guys. You're not really sure what.
And I
is going
text
on.
the group.
I send the group
Yeah,
a
just
text as well.
it's just hey, something's off with these 6 guys.
Yeah.
Is my phone on silent? Can you put phones on silent in the? No,
I'm sure.
it's not going to work anyway. I just
The flip phone style.
So how are they looking?
Well, they're staggering along like they've been drinking, and they all have got various forms of, frozen drinks.
What do their clothes look like?
They're just, kind of t-shirts or,
They don't look goth or
No, t-shirts, jeans. They're just dressed kind of like regular fellas out for a bender.
Okay.
But like I said, you've sussed out that they're definitely not as drunk. And they seem to be looking around a lot, like they're looking for someone. So, yeah.
let's just wait and see if they approach Oliver.
Yeah.
I think that's a good action.
Yeah.
It's so funny.
Did you actually protect?
So, what are you guys going to do? Now, you don't know that they look like anything but tourists. But of course, you're not planning to jump out in front of them and scare them anyway. You're kind of just watching them go by. And this is probably the 14th group of tourists. Well, maybe the 5th group of tourists that's wandered by. So, it's not anything unusual to have people kind of head in this direction every once in a while. Most of the time, it's people in 2s and 3s, maybe 4s. This is probably a large group because there's 6 of them.
Yeah. Group of emojis, very curious to understand. Get Bunk's message like, oh, something's weird.
I didn't get anything.
There's 6 of them. We're 5. Oh, you didn't get the message?
Yeah.
I sent them a message. That was.
Yes, I got the message
Oh.
in real life. Della did not get the
Della
message.
did
Oh.
Mm.
I sent this, and I, from a distance, show her my phone, the emojis that I sent.
I'm gonna need a stealth check.
Oh,
You did just light up a whole phone.
Look,
Oh, from me
Yeah, I
or from
think
her?
from you.
Oh.
both of y'all.
I didn't get anything.
Oh, you're right. So it's just her. Yeah, just stealth check from you.
I mean,
Okay, 0.
Okay. Yeah.
Hey, maybe you're the bait we needed.
All right. You hold up your phone. You guys have kind of slid over, behind a tree or something like that. You hold up your phone, and the light, just brightens up, and you go, oh crap, and then immediately cover it. But one of the guys snaps his head around, and he goes, "Hey, what are you doing?" And they begin staggering towards you, looking very, very drunk. You looking for a good time?
Oh, yeah! I got this, you here. Oh, hey! Let's
Well, they've
go.
seen you now.
I'm even more afraid.
They've seen you now. Yeah. Hey, you lady, we've been looking for some girls to drink with. Look, I got this huge ass beer.
Oh, you got a head
Awesome.
start on us.
Yeah, you want
Sure, give me a swig.
Okay, you take the beer.
Mm-hmm.
All
I'm
right.
ready.
You take the beer, take a swig, hand it back to him, and he says, "What are you girls doing out here? This is not a good place for ladies like you to be hanging around." And one of the other guys goes, yeah, it's
See?
dangerous. You never know what kind of people you might run into.
Oh, it's
I
so
know.
good that we ran into all these nice gentlemen to look out for our well-being.
Give me an alertness check, both of y'all.
it's such an honor to watch a warden work in person.
Yeah.
Like, just.
Jody, did you do an
What?
alertness
And a
check?
hand of God as
Jody.
well.
Yeah, two. What'd you get?
2.
Yeah, you guys are kind of standing there talking to him, and one of the guys goes, "Yeah, a lot of nice guys." And you notice his voice is getting deeper, and he says, "To look out for you lovely ladies." And he kind of goes, and you notice that these guys have very subtly surrounded you. That's what the alertness check was. You didn't notice it. Yeah. You have seen these guys surround Della and Miranda. They seem to have moved into very, like they're not going to let them get away. And you're a little concerned. You guys have no idea. Right.
Back to back, kind of like.
First, I'm gonna kind of like
I
step
did
back
tell
a
them to
little
let me
bit.
know if they were in trouble.
We'll let you
They're
know.
very capable people.
It's a ward and a champion of God. They're
I mean,
fine. She only drank a
Very
roofie
robust,
beer. It's
I mean,
okay.
yeah.
I mean, if these are real drunk guys, they're about to have a bad night. But
Yeah.
if they're not,
Is it possible to do like a stabbing and a casting at the same time?
Outright kill
Just
him.
boom, let's go.
I mean,
I don't know that you can do both at the same time. I know
Okay.
that you can do a supplementary action, but I think you only get one attack. You can't literally do 2 attacks.
Isn't like a move, an
Yeah.
action, a supplement?
Well, the supplementary action can be like a
Is that the
move or something like
Okay.
that, but you can't attack twice. Now that
So
being
it's kind of
said,
like 2 total actions.
right, you could take your ice knives and make it hit multiple
yeah.
targets, but there are 6 of them. So,
All right. So, do I need to roll initiative? Is
Are
there
you planning to
initiative?
attack them?
Yeah, I'm gonna do a whirlwind and knock everybody prone in the zone.
Okay. If you're trying to do it before they react, are you trying to do it sneakily?
No, they're not being sneaky.
So
I'm
you're
not
just
gonna
trying to
be
be
sneaky.
fast. All right.
Yes.
I'm trying to think. Give me an alertness check, okay? All right, that's not bad.
That's 3. Oh no! Wait. Yeah, that's 3.
Okay. You begin to do your rope spell. It's going to take a couple seconds. And when you do, the guy nearest you is going to attack you.
oh man,
Okay. Let's do his attack first because you notice that his hands are no longer normal. He's got long claws now.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Yay!
Is our alertness our?
Wow. Okay.
All
So
pluses?
no,
Oh, goodness.
all blanks and a minus.
Yay.
What's your probably gonna be athletics, Jody? That's what you're dodging with, right? No, you don't get to roll. What's your athletics?
1.
Okay.
I'm doing the whirlwind. I'm doing
No,
the...
I know, but he's gonna
Okay.
hit you first. Okay.
Right, so do I need to roll for
No.
that too?
Is
No.
there any sort of
What's your
like-
athletics is 1?
Yeah.
All right, you take a. Wait. You take a 3 stress hit.
Ooh, okay.
This guy's claws hit you. Wham,
This is
okay?
physical?
He hasn't fully extended his claws yet. They're coming out of his hands. So what he really winds up doing is fetching you kind of an open-handed slap as the claws are popping out. Okay. The rest of these guys begin to move very quickly and to pop claws as well. Yeah, you've seen these guys. One of them reached over and swats Della pretty hard.
I'm gonna
She
sword
kinda-
out at
Yeah.
this point.
Yeah. You kind of roll back and throw your whirlwind. Jody? What you're doing is you're tagging them with the aspect prone. Okay, so that's what you're doing.
Okay.
So all these guys are prone. Remember the Devilman got a chance to resist it because he's so strong.
Right.
These guys are strong. Yeah, they've got inhuman strength. So I'm going to give them a chance to resist it as well. Make me a discipline check and let's see how strong your attack is. Okay.
Discipline?
Mm-hmm.
Great. 4.
Okay. They're not really mighty yet. Okay, well there we go. That was -2. Their might is they have inhuman strength, but that just gives their might. Okay, so you knocked them down. All right, so what you guys see is all of a sudden these guys come tumbling back like 10 pins. They're blown back away from her. She's done this move, and air blows you out. Now
Is that a targeted attack or am I?
it's going to hit you too.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I also need to make a might.
Right. You need to beat a 4.
And it's might specifically, not like a.
Right.
Okay.
You just have to be strong.
You can do it!
That's -1.
Okay.
For your might?
Yeah.
Might's a specific skill. I have athletics, but
Yeah.
not.
Why don't you use athletics?
I have a +3 on athletics, so that gives me a +2.
It's still not strong enough. Okay. All right. So you begin to try and roll with the punch a little bit. It just knocks you down. Jody, you've knocked Miranda down with this. It's knocked all these guys back. They're going to be probably up the next round. What are you going to do?
I'm gonna shout. I'm gonna shout.
Have we established initiative order or anything?
No.
because you guys haven't seen this.
Yeah, we are.
I'm going to.
Yeah.
I'm gonna.
Yeah.
I'm gonna raise up the Devilman staff. I'm gonna shout, "Get over here!" And I'm gonna stab the guy with the devil.
Well, no,
stick.
you can't attack them this round.
Oh, damn.
You've already done your move for
Okay,
this round.
fine.
Okay.
All right, I'm just gonna shout, "We need help!"
Okay. All right. So help. Let's do our initiatives. Okay. What are you? But you haven't gone yet. And you've seen this. Yeah. So you still get to go. You haven't gone this round yet.
Yeah, my thing is just, hey, oh god.
You're gonna run over there.
Yeah.
All right. So you can move. You can get there definitely in one turn. You could probably actually get there in one turn and actually get an attack off too, because movement is a supplemental action, and you're only probably like one zone away. So yeah.
So be it.
You pull out the alakablam. You come running forward. Are you gonna level a shot at one of the guys that's on the ground?
Yeah.
Okay, go for it. Make your roll. Is it a weapons check?
I think it's guns.
So is
Yeah.
initiative based on
Guns,
roll,
yeah.
or it's just our alertness?
Alertness.
Just your alertness, yeah. She was trying to get the drop
Sorry,
on this, but I
neighborhood.
make her
Gotcha.
roll. Oh wow.
Is a +6.
Yeah,
Ooh.
they're on the ground. They're on the ground. You could probably tag that prone aspect for free,
Sure.
which will give you
+8.
8. Good lord. It's gonna hurt. It's gonna leave a mark. So let's see. Their defense would be athletics. So you beat them by 4.
Mm-hmm.
What's your weapon rating on your gun?
Weapon 4.
Wow, so you did 8 points of damage to one of those guys. That's gonna leave him.
I get Alakablam now.
You do?
From was it Seth? What's his name?
No, it's Gus.
Gus. That's what his name
Gus
is.
Johnson?
Yeah, Gus Johnson.
With a shotgun.
Yeah.
All right, so
He fired like 36 shots from a double barrel shotgun. Never reloaded once.
sounds good.
It's such a good video.
Is that the one where he's arguing with his mom, or is that a different one?
That's a different one.
No.
It's evocation.
Yeah, this is like some intruder on his property.
Yes, that's it.
There's just some guy walking through the woods, and he's like, "You better turn around."
This is the type of
He
stuff.
I
just
love that.
decimates that poor person.
Yeah.
I have no clue how.
One of the guys kind of staggers to a knee, and you draw down on him with your gun. You hear you guys around the corner here, wham! The loudest gun you've ever heard. It is obviously a gunshot. And the guy pitches forward onto his face. There's blood that sprays out there, and he lets out a yell. And you notice that when he does, he's got these huge, long claws. I mean, and you're like, man, I do not want to take a shot from those things. And he spins towards you, but he's moving a whole lot slower. But he is not dead.
Is anything about the physique of these things familiar? Like, is this like vampiric?
Lore check. Ooh, that's a good roll.
+2.
Says this grievously wounded individual turn to me.
Yes.
Can I make a lore check?
Yes, you may. Oh!
Wow.
Minus
Still
+3.
+1.
Yeah, still +1. Now, you're not sure you recognize him. You notice his teeth have become very sharp, but you're not sure. Doesn't look vampiric, though. Oh, he might be, but you're not sure. All right, so that brings us to the top of the round. You guys have heard the gunshot. +3s.
Wait, were we at, do I still have the same alertness that we had before?
No, you have a
It's just
+2 now. Now you're
Are,
normal.
are we a part of the initiative now?
Yeah, you are.
I'm at a +3.
Okay, +3. You hear the gunshot. It's around the corner, but remember, you can probably get there. If you want to make an athletics check, you could try and get there in one
What
round.
time of night is it?
It's 10 o'clock. It's dark.
10.
Yeah.
I am going to pick up Bunk,
Okay.
and
shit.
but in like a,
He's like, oh.
I'm gonna put him on my
It's like the
shoulders,
It's like the
and
bus
I'm going
buddy.
to fly up into the air towards the gunshots.
All right. Make an athletics check real quick if you want to try and get there in one round.
Okay.
You should be able to do it. I think you have athletics, right?
Oh yeah. I have great athletics until the roll poops on me.
Yeah.
So it's only a +2.
Mm-hmm. That's fine. All right.
Okay.
So what happens is he grabs you, puts this on his shoulders. You realize he's got the wings and the dragon thing like that. He leaps into the air until he's about 30 feet in the air, and then the wings go out. And he glides across at this breakneck speed. Well, he didn't probably glides across. He probably throws his wings to the side and gives himself forward momentum, and he comes swooping over the corner of the cemetery. Okay? What you guys see as you're kind of looking around is this huge bat-like shape springs up and comes hurling towards you guys just faster than you've ever seen. You know, the hair blowing back and stuff. Like, when do you go? What's your
2.
2? All right, you
Worst
get
night
there.
ever.
You gonna
Okay.
dump him
Yeah.
off your shoulders?
Would not recommend.
I'm gonna like.
Ooh.
You ever seen an AC? What was it? 130? You know the big gunplane.
Yeah.
You want to be a gunship, Bunk?
Well, he won't get to go till 2.
That's fine.
Okay.
But I'll hover and he just.
All right, cool. So you're
Yeah.
gonna stay in the air. All right. So you're.
Unless you want to be on the ground.
Yeah, that's keep me away from those guys.
Yeah,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
I will keep him away from those guys.
All right. So you're
got
gonna
it.
fly around. All right. So Go ahead.
Can I also attack?
You can try and swoop in and hit him.
I got lightning breath.
Oh, that's right. Yes, of course you can. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
You ever seen AC 130?
Yeah.
I just look up and be like,
The magic dragon.
Exactly,
That's
yeah.
right.
I just look at these guys surrounding us. I'm like, oh, our air support.
Yeah, yeah.
We have a
But
gunship.
I
here's
forgot
my
about those
question.
guys. Yeah.
Do I know
got a
if he's
whole-
like a
I'm so
flying
excited.
dragon?
I haven't
I mean,
used
have I ever seen him?
I don't think you have.
Nope.
I don't
Because
think
I'm
this is,
like,
I am.
I look up and
yeah.
I'm like, Holy crap! A dragon has bunk.
On its shoulders. Wait, maybe that's okay.
Oh no, Bolt's dead!
He was a bunk.
Yeah, you guys have seen him in dragon form, but you never seen him fly. Yeah.
Oh, we've seen it. Okay, then I'm not freaking out.
I was gonna
No.
say we saw him in Dragon
Yeah.
Form the first time
Yeah.
we fought the
Oh,
devil.
Yeah.
that's
And then-
right.
And then
Didn't
also
see
when
him
you were
Never,
no,
never.
Okay.
yeah, the never
Like
never.
the
Yes,
Reaper thing.
Okay.
that's right.
Then I'm just like, whoa. Not concerned that one's
Okay, cool.
Not bad.
So I got a weapons roll of +3.
Okay, so that what do you use to attack with that?
Weapons. Breath weapon counts skills affected weapon that's treated as a thrown weapon.
Okay, so what's your weapon skill?
It's a +2 and I rolled a 1, so +3.
Okay, so +3. Okay.
I can attack up to 1 zone away with my breath weapon.
Oh yeah, you definitely do.
Okay.
All right, so you breathe at this group of guys, trying to be careful not to hit Della and Miranda, and they scatter out of the way of your breath weapon.
Okay.
They have a +4, so
Okay.
don't
If you
quite
had
hit
hit
them.
me, I would have just held up my sword and be like, "There could be only one."
The nice thing about it though is it does scatter them away so that they're no longer surrounded. So that's not a bad thing. All right. Also in 3, they're going to attack the guy who was on you that you knocked
Knocked
over.
down.
He's standing up, so that's a supplemental action. So he gets a -1. Actually,
He was not the one that was shot with the gun, though, right?
hold on. So they get a -1 to their actions if they want to stand up because they've got to do a supplemental movement action. Kylan, you can actually hit that guy, but it's going to give you a minor disadvantage, meaning that maybe you're out of breath or out of position or something. Okay, all right, just missed them and scattered. Okay, cool. So they only get a +3 to their athletics. That's what it is.
Only.
Their attack is all right. What's your athletic? Are you using weapons, Jody, or what? How are you defending?
With my spells.
No, you can't cast a spell this round. It's not your turn yet.
Oh,
So are you just dodging out of the way?
I think I'm going to use the Devilman staff.
So you're using weapons to defend.
Yes.
Okay, so what's your weapon skill?
My weapon skill is like a 3.
3. Okay. First guy attacks you. So that's going to be 4 + 2, a 6. So he beat you by 3. His claws are fully extended.
Okay.
You take a strength 7 hit.
All right. So obviously I can't go up to 7. So do I pick 4, 2, and 1?
No. You're going to have to take probably a minor consequence, which I believe is a -4. Not minor. What's the mild consequence? Which is
Okay.
-4, right?
That's moderate.
-2.
Moderate. I'm sorry, moderate.
Moderate. Okay.
Yeah, moderate consequence. And then you'll take a 3 stress hit on your physical track.
So moderate consequence and I already have 3 physical checked off. So I take the 4.
Why did you have a 3 physical stressed off?
I thought you said I took 3 physical stress.
Oh, from the
already
first attack from the guy?
first
Yeah,
attack.
okay, so now you check off 4. That's correct.
Okay.
So
Ouch!
your moderate consequence is going to be like slashed or bleeding chest wound. What do you want to do?
Did he attack my chest or my arm?
I'll let that be up to you.
Oh, I figured he was like my arm since
Do you have your cloak on?
he was. Yes.
Doesn't it have a armor spell on it?
No, I don't. Actually, it's my umbrella.
That's a defensive thing?
The umbrella gives me armor 3.
Armor 3?
Mhm.
Okay, so you didn't take a moderate wound then, because you probably, as he came in, you probably popped your umbrella open
Okay, Hagrid.
and were able to defend yourself. So you take 3 less damage. So instead of 7, you only take 4.
So I take the moderate.
You only just take the 4 stress hit.
Okay. Don't
Yeah,
take
no
the
moderate attack. So you're not bleeding. You're just winded. You pop the umbrella open like that, and he cuts at it, but it doesn't get through. However, it probably around the edges cuts your arm a little bit or something, or knocks you back a little bit because it's a stress wound. All right. So that was the first one. The second one, I'm going to say, is near Miranda. He's going to attack you. Now you are prone.
Yup.
Okay, +1. His attack is a 6.
What do I determine?
Are you defending with your sword?
Oh, I can.
Yeah, so that would be your weapons. What's your weapons at?
I'm without a roll.
Right, no
Plus
roll.
6.
Okay, 6.
Plus
Because
5
of the sword,
plus
I
my
forget the
sword.
sword. It's so crazy. All right, so he slashes at you with claws. You bring the sword up and blocking to the side, and he does not land. I forgot you were crazy good with the sword, which is good. That's good. All right. The other 3 guys stand up, or the other 4 guys, excuse me, stand up, having dodged the lightning, and kind of begin to close around you guys again.
Okay.
That brings us to 2s.
I'm a 2. Yeah.
All right. Let's get Bunk, because he's the aerial attack drone. So, yeah.
So I have rote spell, just kinetic blast.
Yeah.
And so I'm
All right.
going to...
What's the strength of your kinetic blast? Up to 5? Okay, cool. You're going to have to roll a discipline check to hit.
Okay. Three.
3. Do you want to tag any aspects? Remember, they are still considered prone.
Yeah, tag prone.
Okay, so hand me a little thingy. That'll give you a 5. That'll make you even with them.
Okay.
You're hitting one guy, I assume.
Yeah.
What's your damage rating? It's probably going to be about
That I have no clue.
I think, well, okay, because it's a strength 5 attack, so it'd be 5. All right, so you do 5 damage to him. That's going to be number 2. He's going to take a -2. He's going to have his 3rd thing checked off.
Bunk and I.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right, so you fire down. Boom! You hit one of the guys, kind of tag him, and he kind of staggers back a bit and looks up at you. Yeah. So that was in 2s, other 2s.
I am a
2s.
2.
Yes.
Well, I am prone, so do I have to do anything special to get up?
No, but your action will be a -1 because you have to spend an action moving. So
2.
instead of getting +6, you'll be +5.
Okay.
It's
So
a
I
supplement
will
action.
get up.
Defended yourself.
Stand
I
up.
will attack the guy that just attempted to attack me.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God, that's
wow.
a 2.
Okay. You take a swing at him with the sword. He blocks it off to the side, and with his claws. And you notice that both times when you blocked him, he let out ah, and then when he comes across and blocks again, he lets out a shriek again. You notice his claws are smoking where he touched your sword. This guy at that point looks very intimidated, scared, nervous, not sure what's going on. And the rest of the guys, when they see his claws, big old claws that have slid out of his fingernails, are smoking, kind of all begin to look at you a little differently.
Okay. I probably next round I'll ask a question.
Jody, you're a 2.
Could I have seen that?
Yeah, you saw it.
I'm gonna whip out my sword.
Okay.
I'm not as good at it, but hopefully I hit.
All right.
All right.
You gonna try and get the guy who attacked you?
Yeah. I'm hoping that since they're looking at her, that he won't
So you
be.
got umbrella in
noticing.
one hand and sword in the other. I
Yes.
love it.
Please be with me.
Oh,
All
that's
right.
plus
Well,
Not bad.
4.
Okay. So these guys, their athletics is a 4. That's what they're using to dodge with. Do you want to take a minor inconvenience to go ahead and hit them, or do you not?
What's a minor inconvenience?
It can be something like drawn off balance, which they could potentially tag to get a +2 on you. With there being 6 of them, I'm not sure you want to have something that one of them could tag.
Well, can I tag my? Well,
What would you like to tag?
I'm gonna tag rage when I attack them.
Oh, okay, cool, all right. Because they hit you, right? So that gives you an 8. All right. Are you going to?
Well, how does that give me an 8?
Oh, I'm sorry. What'd you get? You got a 4, so that gives you a 6.
6.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you?
No, an 8. I'm pretty
Let's go with 8.
Yeah.
Let's go with that. Now, are you going? You're using your sword as a weapon 3. Do you want to use one of your things to make it a weapon 6? Because you can do that up to 3 times. Remember, per session.
Use what one of my things?
Okay. Your warden sword has 2 abilities.
Oh, I
right?
forgot. I'm sorry.
You can you can use them 3
Yeah,
times.
I'll up it. Yeah, so if it's a weapon 3, so I get to add. So it's when I do that, it becomes a weapon 6.
Right. And since you beat him by 2 points, that means you do a weapon 8 strike on him.
Okay. Let's do it.
Are you attacking the same one you hit the first round?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, because I figure he's the closest
All
to
right,
me. And maybe he's turned to look at her.
You close your umbrella, okay, and he looks very surprised that the umbrella is closed, and right from behind it, you stab him with your sword, right through here. He lets out a shriek, and you rip it back like that. Blood splatters everywhere. He staggers back and kind of falls away from you. He looks like he doesn't want to play anymore. You get the feeling. So that's an 8 strength strike. Yeah, He's definitely pulled away from you. He's kind of staggered back and he's leaning against the wall. There's blood pouring down this nice white t-shirt he had. Some of it's kind of dark where you get the feeling you may have got him in a gut wound. He's definitely hurt.
Okay.
Okay. That brings us to 1s. All right. Time for an Alakablam again. Alakablam.
Yeah, so the one that I shot before,
Mm-hmm.
is he standing?
No, he's still... Actually, Jody, you hadn't hit one yet, had you? You had hit one.
I did.
You had hit one. Had you hit one?
Yeah, the
Okay.
last one.
I
the
feel like
one
I
that-
did
Oh, that's
something,
right,
but
that's
I
right,
didn't
that's
hit it
right,
with a sword.
Okay,
The
yeah.
whirlwind thing.
The
I did the
whirlwind thing.
whirlwind,
You hadn't
and
hit
that
him,
was
but you
it.
had knocked him down. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So the one you got, he's okay, hold on. Let me adjust some things real quick. All right. So, and out. Okay, cool. So, all right, yours was a new one that you put out. All right. So the one that you had shot before. I'm sorry. Go ahead. You gonna shoot him again?
Is he standing?
He's gotten to his feet. Yes.
Then yes, I shoot him again.
Okay. All right. Sucking chest wound, but he's still up again. Kablam! Kablam!
Look, if I shoot you with a hand cannon and you stand back up and look at me, I'm gonna shoot you again.
Stay down. Like on the Captain America,
Double
just
tap.
stay
Yeah.
down. Yeah.
Alright, I got a 4.
Okay. Problem we've got is that's going to tie his athletics. Do you want to tag an aspect like he's up now, but you could tag? Do you have an aspect you could use to hit him better? Because if you got that +2, you're definitely going to nail him.
I don't know why. Like, I want to use quantity over quality.
Oh, I like that. Yes.
Not a good shot, but I have enough.
Got another bullet with your name on it, buddy. Yeah, that's right. All right, so you do that. That gives you a 6.
It's the double tap.
What's your damage rating on your gun?
4.
4. Okay, so you do 6 points of damage to this guy. Yeah, he's going to be out too. All right, so you shoot him. Blam! Blam! And he staggers back again. He's got another big gaping hole in his chest and staggers away from him. You notice that these guys that you have stabbed are not dead. They just seem to be, staggering away from the fight, bleeding profusely. They seem like they just decided that this is a better part of discretion is a better part of valor.
I don't kill anybody.
Yeah. Give me lore checks. Do you have a lore check? Lore check for you too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Give me a lore check. See if you recognize these guys are.
Sorry, but well,
I got 0.
I haven't
I
made
got
a
a
more check
plus
yet. I don't
3.
think.
Ghouls. These guys
That's
are
what I was
ghouls.
thinking.
That's what they are. You notice that the
because
one
we
that,
mentioned him last episode
Yeah.
too.
yeah. Well, do you notice that
Thinking
this guy when you hit him,
medicine.
their teeth get really really sharp and pointy, and you think the one that he shot, his jaw distends a little bit when he lets out a howl of pain. And his mouth gets too big, and so yeah, they're definitely ghouls. Makes them hard to kill.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah. Let's see. That brings us back around to +3s. Yes.
All right, I'm gonna try another lightning shot, I guess.
Okay, go for it. Yeah.
Don't be shitty. Oh wow, look at that.
-1?
It's a 0 total.
Yeah, you didn't hit him this time. All right.
Same old, same old. That's why I wrestle.
+3. One of the ghouls, this one wearing a leather jacket, he's got dreadlocks, large black man, looks at you and says, "Huh, you may have won this round, but we'll see you later." And he yells, "Retreat!" And so these guys take off at a sprint. They're making athletics checks. They're moving.
Are
quick.
we pursuing?
You can.
Can I try and do a whirlwind again and knock them down?
They're going in plus
They're in their
3,
turn.
so they're
Oh,
right
that's
before
true.
you. Let's see. They're going to move. They're going to move 3 zones. These guys are unnaturally quick.
Oh.
So you're in the first zone where you are. They're going to move to the second zone within, you think, maybe 6 seconds. They've cleared the block. They've taken off. They've moved to all 4s. And they're just
So it
moving
does
down
not
the road.
seem like we could catch up.
No, you can get a shot off. You could probably hit them with your kinetic blast. Swords are going to be out of it unless you want to chase them down.
Yeah, I'm cool with taking a shot at him, but I ain't following
Yeah,
that.
right?
I'll do my party
Is there
shot.
no like opportunity for a retreating?
And
Okay.
stay out!
You sure you don't want to just carpet bomb it? I'm just kidding.
The stealth thing. You know,
You
What was the
could.
mission again?
Yeah.
You're going to have to make an athletics check to fly faster after them, but yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, but I do want to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
as a
Do you want to chase them from the air?
No.
Okay. All right. Give me a gunshot. Give me a kinetic attack. Yeah.
I hate dice.
No.
Can I do the
Go
ice
for it.
knives?
Ooh. You could. You could fling an ice knife
We'll
at
see.
them. Okay. Wow. All right.
Let's see.
Oh. No. I got a +3.
Can I fling a vial of holy water at him?
You're going to miss. They're a little further away.
they're already gone.
I got a +4.
You tag
Plus
one.
30 feet.
You tag one in the back of
180 down the
the
road.
Yeah.
in the back of the head. One of the guys you'd already hit a couple times, and his head just goes like that, and he drops
Nice.
to the ground. Yeah, he's out. He's
One less ghoul.
dead. Yeah.
What about his?
Your gunshot, I think, was a 0. Yeah. No, they're gonna be a little far away for you to hit. You get you tied them,
Nice,
Jody,
Bunk.
but not quite. Yeah. All right, so these guys go sprinting off down the road, kind of all on all 4s. Their claws are digging into the concrete and, kind of giving them better purchase. You hit the one and he drops to the ground, okay?
What's happening to their bodies? Are they exploding ichor people, or are they staying
No,
here?
this guy, when he dies, you hit him in the back of the head and it's like that. He drops to the ground and you notice that now you can see his jaw fully distended, like he could just eat things, but he looks dead. Yeah. Which, it's okay. By the way, laws of magic can't kill humans with magic. That's bad. These guys are not humans, so you okay.
No.
Okay.
Evil.
So is there like a clean sweeper to keep this stuff under wraps? So
Well, most people would forget about it anyway. They're just going to kind of
They'd rather pretend it doesn't exist.
Right.
okay.
They would say, oh, this guy got hit by something and it broke his jaw.
Are we still in initiative, kind of?
You could be. What would you like to do?
I just want to inspect one of the bodies.
Well, no, they've taken off, so we're out of initiative now.
Oh, okay.
You can head down there and inspect the body. The other 2 guys ran. Okay, they were bleeding profusely, and there's blood all everywhere. But yeah,
So one of them that I struck with the sword started smoking,
yeah.
and so I want to do a little experiment on one of the bodies. I'm just going to take Reggie's rosary and just see if it reacts. at
When
all
you touch
to-
him with the rosary, the skin starts smoking. You get the feeling that holy items are definitely these fellows' bane.
Is my sword holy?
No. You
Could we get it blessed?
It just hurt because I
Yeah,
stabbed
because you
him.
stabbed the mess out of it. Same thing. Yeah, his guns
What?
his
So I
bullets
think
are
I have to leave this area.
Gun and cops and shit.
I mean, I've fired a few rounds in a residential area, so I have to go.
That's normal in this town.
It's New
That's
Orleans.
Orleans.
Yeah, no one
the car
cares.
backfiring.
After Hurricane
Yeah.
Katrina, people die all the
Well,
time.
people
Yeah,
just
they're
do it
right.
to celebrate the 4th of July.
Cops got better things to do than get killed or something like that. Yeah. Yeah.
So-
It would probably be a good idea to leave the area pretty soon, though.
Yeah, but is it weird that ghouls are in this area? The same, like last time you said they're usually by the docks.
Right.
Yeah.
It is a little odd that they seem to be looking for someone. Remember, they have their head on a swivel,
Thinking a
looking.
meal or something.
Well, something. No, you got the distinct feeling they
Their
were.
contact Oliver.
They were looking for somebody who was. They were told was being here. So yeah. But this guy's dead. He's
Should
pretty
we revisit
creased.
our conversation with Oliver maybe
Now.
now that we have a body?
Covered in blood. I love it.
Okay, Bolt is not above beating the shit for interrogation.
Miranda
You know what I'm
is.
saying? Okay,
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
But I wouldn't mind.
Plus
I'll
8 to
Miranda
break
I'll
should
put
have
the
a
fear of
intense
God in it
conversation.
without
rolling.
I don't mind doing that.
So are you guys going to see Oliver?
Sure.
Wait, first.
So, I mean, how much notice did we?
Darwin's wanting to make.
You probably are going to need to kind of clear the area pretty quick. But realize after Katrina, there was a lot of crime than 5 years after Katrina. So, police are going to take a little while to get there. They're not going to be there probably too quickly.
Should we just head?
Beforehand,
I don't know.
I am going back to the same alley.
I just thought
We're gonna drop down. I'm gonna go back to human form. I don't want to be. We're a bit out in the open, obvious, but I want to make sure that form isn't connected with Volt.
Right. So
you know what I mean? So
you could there's enough shadows here. You could slide into probably one of the nearby alleys and do it if you want.
That's what I want to do.
Yeah. Okay.
So I don't want them to be like super connected.
Yeah. You slide into the shadows, turn back into your human form, and come back out. You guys, what are you doing to the? You checked the body and do know that holy relics seem like they definitely hurt it.
Did it have anything on them or anything?
You want to check his pockets?
Sure.
Nice. Pockets got some change. He's got a wallet. It's got about $50-$60 in it.
Heck yeah.
Drinks on luck.
Yeah, there's not a license or anything like that.
I was just about to ask.
But you don't notice anything other than that. He does have his claws out. This guy looks vaguely human, but again, these claws are like weapon 4. They're really, really strong. They're tough.
That's my claws.
Yeah, their claws are long, and these guys are really strong too. They have inhuman strength too, and they also have.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
I guess with my claws being a +2 weapon, I mean human strength adding a +2, my claws are technically a 4, but
right.
Okay.
That's where theirs comes from.
All right.
Yeah, their claws are technically 2, but they have inhuman strength. So
man, they've got C4 claws. That's crazy.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Theirs are as good as yours.
Okay.
But yeah, so you gonna go see Oliver?
Yeah.
I mean, careful by this point. Oliver might just see us.
It's like, do we see him?
He's inside. You can see him in the little window of the guard shack, and it looks like he's got a phone up to his mouth.
Oh, anybody got a listen
I'm
check?
leaving.
You're leaving?
I'm leaving.
Nelson? Do we want to split up?
Did you see that?
Yeah, I'm a
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay,
So
I'll
you
hang
walk up
back
to him.
because
He
I'm
sees
not.
you guys come walking up, and he looks terrified.
Oh.
Okay.
I punch through the window and grab him and pull him out.
Give me a mic check.
Yeah.
That's a good time.
Bet. I've been waiting. Okay, well it's a nil, but
It's all right. It's
that's a
class.
5
It's
total,
irritating now.
Right.
even being a
Do you
0.
have armor or anything like that in your human form?
I've got natural armor of 1.
Okay, so that'll protect you from the glass. That's what I'm looking for. Okay.
1 second.
I'm still banned.
Roll a +1 whenever using might in conjunction with grappling.
No, you can grab him. He's not dodging. He's a rent-a-cop. He's not real new.
He's in a booth.
He's in a booth. How's he going to dodge back? You punch through the window. He's got the phone up to his ear. You grab him and jerk him and pull him through the window. The phone comes away. The handset comes loose from the phone, and he goes, "Let me go, man! I'm calling the police."
No, you're not.
I'll let him do the talking.
The phone's just come out of the thing. Yeah.
Yeah, no, you're not. Yeah.
He says, "Look, I got somebody who wants to talk to you."
Who would that be?
He takes the phone, and you remember it's disconnected from it. He hands it to you, and then he realizes it's disconnected. They're on the line. He looks a little sheepish.
I'll grab the. Hello?
Well, yeah, you have to plug it in before it works.
Yeah, it's not working, man.
Yeah.
It's not working.
Plug it in!
All right, so plug it in.
And then say hello.
Yeah, hello.
Plug it in, plug it
There's this weird kind of static on the other end of the line. And there's a voice, very gravelly and deep, this kind of contralto voice that says, "So you got away from them. I'll see you tomorrow night." And the line goes down. Darwin's gone.
The theme song as he walks.
There's a plane ticket in his shopping.
Darwin's just done. See you, man.
Who was this on the phone? Who did you call?
My master.
Okay, more specifically,
she's been coming to the cemetery.
I squeeze tighter.
Listen, man, I'm just trying to help you out. My friend is upset right now, and
Yes.
I don't want him to hurt you. I really don't. But he loses his temper. So the more specifics you can tell me, help me help you.
I don't know her name, but when the dead rise, they will all eat your souls.
I'll smell your soul.
And he has this kind of weird fanatic-y look in his eyes. You're kind of going, okay.
Oliver. So that's all you got? Is this her, master, come eat soul? I mean, anything else? Have you met her?
Well, how do you think she gets into the cemetery every night?
Well, what does she look like then?
I never see her face. She wears a mask.
What does the mask look like?
It's dark. Black eye holes, She doesn't want me to know who she is. But she and her apprentice are taking me as their apprentice. So you're the
Really?
apprentice of the apprentice? Yeah, that sounds like a terrible position.
Okay, so what is the apprentice? Does the apprentice have a name, or you just call him apprentice?
I call him master as well.
Ooh, dude.
Confusing.
Oliver,
Assistant to the regional
I'm so
manager.
glad that we met now, because you have a problem. You are not anything, man. I'm sorry to break this to you.
Give me a rapport or an intimidation check if you're trying to do that, because that would be the time to do it.
Can
I got a rapport.
Can I give him a +1 with an assist?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
All right, so and then +1. So we got to +1.
He goes, when they take over the city, I will be their right-hand man.
Usually the guy that you call master is probably her right-hand man, and so you'll probably be the one that's actually wiping their butts. So
Left-hand man. I'll be the left-hand man.
It's not.
To wipe the
Okay. Oliver.
You don't think you've gotten through to him. He seems a little fanatical.
You've been drinking the Kool-Aid too long?
Yeah, he may have been drinking the Kool-Aid a long time.
I have a great place we can keep him.
Don't kidnap. You know what?
Okay.
Oliver. That's fine.
It's gonna work
We will be
itself out,
back.
It's a problem that's
And-
gonna solve itself.
And just tell your master that was a pleasure talking with her. Would love to do it in person again. Maybe not throw some ghouls at us. Just kind of, a nice meeting of the minds.
Just sling
We would-
some ghoul blood off my blade, or like,
Yeah.
or do. I don't care. You know?
Yeah.
Oh, it's all burned off of your blade. There's cool blood on there. It's all
Just steam.
smoking.
But
Yeah.
when a good business meeting, Titan to Titan.
But we are going to report you to your real bosses that pay you, and so you might want to start looking for a new job.
He kind of goes, "Huh, fine. You may have won this round, but wait until tomorrow night."
Okay.
And when I interact with people, do I take them anywhere? Can I take them anywhere or put them somewhere? I mean, no, right? I just
Because
get
they're all
information and report them
warden
to the
prison.
council, correct?
Well, yeah. I mean, if you had seen Oliver doing like dark magic,
wizard's
you could
arrest.
definitely detain him, arrest him.
But just for being a lackey
Yeah,
of someone at that.
So-
it just means he's stupid.
All right.
Yeah,
He's just-
for sure.
Mm.
Yeah.
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 I'm
It,
gonna
it
be
makes me
texting
think of
Norman.
Norman Reedus when he was in Blade.
Mm.
Like the
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
he
yeah.
wasn't a vampire.
Spud.
He was the what are they called, imps or something?
Yeah,
like that?
yeah.
Familiars.
Familiar.
Right,
yeah.
yeah. So he's
That's what I'm thinking.
he's a Renfield is what you get. Well, okay, Renfield's
literally
actually a
was
different
gonna ask you to
connotation. This
pull
guy,
down his
it's just he's
weapons.
he's been fed the Kool-Aid that he's
I was
going to be
thinking that.
part of the New World Order, and yeah, you get the feeling he's going to be the first to die probably. He's
Hey, he's might
They are
be.
gonna
He's
need
still might.
Renegades in
Yeah,
I mean,
he
hope it's still.
You know, it's not off the table.
yeah.
There's a high
I'm just thinking
demand.
about lots of ways to kill him.
Yeah.
There's a high demand for security guards in the New World Order.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
higher.
Yeah, so just all right. We're gonna let you go because we're just kind and
Pushing
gentle
back in
people.
through the window. There's glass shards all over his and cuts all over his
Yep.
face. And
I'm gonna
stuff.
sit him back in the chair.
Yeah, he he
Love
says,
to see it.
"See you tomorrow night." and he doesn't seem nearly as bravado-ish anymore. You set him back in the chair, and once your hand has gotten out of the glass window, you notice he heads for the door, smashes into it, then turns the handle, and sprints off into the cemetery.
Into the cemetery.
Into the cemetery, yeah.
You don't say.
Yeah.
Into the thick of it.
Well, there is a big metal gate that's closed to keep you guys out, so he figures that's the safest place.
So you went into the cemetery?
I kind of want to follow him.
Yeah.
Cops will be showing up probably soon, though.
Yeah.
I
Darwin's
still have a
already
gun on me.
gone.
I'm fine.
Where's a broken...
All right.
There's a broken guard shack and bodies.
Let's see.
They'll
So
probably look
Let's
me
let's
at
leave.
first.
Let's
One
go
body.
find somewhere to get some food because I
He's
think
just
I'm
going to
hungry.
piss
Yeah, I'm
himself in
hungry.
a
I'm gonna
corner.
pick it. I got drinks on me.
All right. That's good.
Oh.
Darwin, you're heading back to your place.
Do you
There doesn't seem to be any pursuit.
We say drinks
Things are
and
pretty
Darwin's like,
quiet.
I think he's just
Um,
going to hide.
They send you a text message that everything seems to be okay.
Meeting for drinks.
Meeting for drinks. Where? You can meet at
Watering.
Lafitte's. It's close by.
Okay.
Yeah, what the heck?
Whatever.
You probably haven't gotten home
Serve
yet,
food there?
actually. So they're going to Lafitte's for drinks. Get some purple
I've
drink.
never ordered food there.
Or a
Is there
hurricane.
food at Lafitte's?
Huh?
I don't think
I've only walked in there.
There's
and had a
food.
beer before.
Okay.
There's
There is?
food.
Okay.
Yeah. And nice drinks.
I've only gotten drinks there, so I
Yeah.
didn't know.
And there's a
I've never
piano
been
bar.
there, so.
There's a piano bar. So you can actually go sing, along with the piano player.
All right, so yeah.
Lots of fun.
Yeah, can we check on the ghost to see if they, because I'm wondering if the ghost was still on
Yeah.
Yeah.
What time is it?
It is probably around 11 o'clock. Now, you remember that the ghost got restless from 12 to 1.
Right.
Ooh, that'd be a good place to be at midnight.
But,
We're a
yeah.
ghost bar.
Right. So you head to Lafitte's, order a few drinks. You meet him there?
Yeah, I'll
Okay.
meet them there.
All right. Everything seemed pretty quiet. You kind of wiped the glass off of your hand because it didn't hurt you. It just kind of rolled off. You order a few
I'll bring the
drinks.
Chevy Impala too.
Oh, of course. Find somewhere to park. It takes you a couple minutes to find somewhere to park, and you walk over there. Inside, the place is kind of quiet. There is a piano player. There's about 5-6 people who are singing along with the piano. You find places, kind of near the corner. The circular table where Jean Lafitte appears is conspicuously empty. You could definitely sit there, and it's a large table where all 5 of you could sit.
Let's do it.
Sounds good.
Right.
Is there enough to leave him a chair open?
Yes.
Okay.
You leave him one in the corner. You sit there. You're kind of hanging around. Singing along. Are you singing?
Well, heck yeah.
Performance checks are all around, please.
Okay. I don't have the
It's a piano bar. You don't have to sing well. You just have to
Negative
sing with
one.
gusto.
Yeah.
performance 0.
Ooh.
Oh,
Wow,
you did
I got a
good.
+2.
Oh, you did well. What'd you get? 2? 0?
-1.
Oh, wow.
Now I roll
After
well.
the first song, they kind of ask you to sing quieter. I'm kidding. No, you're having a good time. The piano player's actually pretty good. He plays Sweet Caroline, and everybody, good time never looks good. You're having a good time.
So good.
Yeah, you're.
So good.
And that's
You're
like
that, you're that girl.
That's right,
Yeah.
that's right, yeah. And you're having a lot of
like a
fun.
meme recently too.
Yeah.
I am that girl, though.
The whole body with all that.
Yeah, so good, so good. So you're having fun. You're sitting around
Yeah.
drinking. Order another round. Midnight rolls around, and the piano player says he's done for the night. It's midnight, and he'll close everything up. Says he had a good time. You can put a tip in his jar. He heads over to the bartender. About 5-10 minutes goes by, and he leaves. You're sitting there at the table, chairs open, and between blinks, you notice all of a sudden there's a guy sitting in the chair that's in the corner. Kind of guy, big beard, wearing older clothes. It's kind of translucent-y, see-through, and he's smoking a cigar.
For a second there, I thought you were going to say he's smoking hot.
This guy is
wow.
not smoking hot. He looks kind of smarmy. He looks around the table at all of you and kind of cocks a kind of a snarky smile, and then goes back to smoking his cigar.
How's it going, Captain?
He goes, pretty well. Why are you all sitting at my table?
Just unfold my map and be like, it was the only one big enough for this.
He takes his cigar and puts it out on the map, and the map gets this terrible, nasty burn in it, and he goes, "That's nice."
That's where we need to go.
Sign.
Insider
It's a sign.
information.
Where did he burn it out? Where did he burn it out on the map?
It's actually in the middle of Lake. It's in the middle of Lake Pontchartrain. You're
Yeah.
really not sure you want to go there.
All right, I'll see y'all later. Investigation work.
That's where Della's gonna throw my phone if I call her.
Right. And he goes back to puff on his smoke, and he says, "Well, if you're going to sit at my table, at least buy me a drink,
Boom, drink.
and none of that frozen crap that you've got." And it's actually really good frozen.
It's a virgin pina colada. I am
It's actually
recovering
really
alcoholic.
Yeah.
Nice.
So
All right, get a shot of bourbon.
okay, you go up to the bar, bring him a shot of bourbon, put it in front of him, and he picks it up, looks at it, smells it, shoots it like this, and as soon as the liquid he tips it back, all of a sudden he disappears. Poof! And the shot glass hits the chair, ding, 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 rolls off onto the floor, and you notice the only thing that's left sitting on the table is a cigar, which very gradually kind of just fades out of existence.
Dang it.
Jody, I need a lore
cool
check.
exit. It's very cool.
I got a 8.
Dang, mama.
While you were sitting there, you had the staff kind of across your knees, and you noticed that up and down the length of the staff, there were these very faint markings that maybe glowed a little bit while he was there.
I thought he was gonna yoink it.
All right, guys. So I was looking at the Devilman staff,
You can put that on the table if you
and
want.
and there's faint line of something
You guys can see
glowing.
the glowing kind of. It looks like almost like stuff has been scratched into there. It looks like words. Yeah, it definitely looks like words.
So I'm gonna open my wizard eye.
All right.
I want to get a drink first.
Hey,
It's not midnight, is it? I
No,
want to do it before. I don't want to be
No,
doing
it's
it.
right after midnight.
Right
It's
after
like
midnight.
12, 10, 12,
Oh.
15.
He
Yeah.
showed up.
Yeah.
So did he look like perturbed or like?
No, he looked pretty chill,
Chill?
actually, which is not a bad thing. So, yeah.
See, I'm wondering.
did we interrupt whatever happens normally?
See, that's what I'm thinking. If we
yeah,
stopped
I'm starting to
whatever
wonder.
stuff was going on.
Yeah, maybe they're normally doing like a ritual at this point to
Yeah.
fuck up all the ghosts.
Okay,
Could be.
so we know what do we know about ghouls? Because I actually only know what I just learned about it.
Yeah.
So does anyone at the table have info on ghouls?
So there's
I would
this
assume
place.
I would know ghouls.
So pretty
Do I
much
know
all,
what ghouls
pretty
are?
much all I know right now is that they're hard to kill.
Yeah.
They don't like holy
They don't
relics.
like all
Yeah.
else, and they're really fast.
That's about what you know, Jody. Besides the fact
Yeah.
that they can look like humans,
Yeah.
they're intelligent, they're very smart.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's about it. That's what you know. They're intelligent, they're smart. They're a lot of times used for assassins. There is a ghoul assassin called the Tigressa that is. You hope you don't meet her ever because she's really tough and really
What kind of
strong.
business would they
What we can do is go to Sunnydale High, and there's a librarian there by the name of Giles.
Yeah, he can give you a book.
Might be able to help us out.
Yeah,
It's all the way in California.
it's a little. You have to buy a plane ticket.
Well,
Jody,
just right on
I
here.
am,
on
I,
what
was, I am
season
the
he's in.
plane.
Because depending on what season he's in, he could be in England.
oh, that's right.
That's true.
Jody, are you opening your wizard site?
Yeah.
Okay,
It's
you open your
2010, he
site.
is in England.
I just
Um,
told them first so they don't, you know.
Did you have
this-
to hurt yourself to obtain that knowledge?
Wow.
The price
I'm-
I pay.
Right.
She had to contact our patron. They demand blood for intelligence. Or,
Oh
not
my
intelligence,
god.
All right,
No,
Jody,
we're
you,
gonna
you
send
open
something
your
to
wizard
you,
site.
yeah.
You kind of focus on the staff so you don't see around you in the bar because this bar has been here for a bit of a while, and you're not sure what all you can see. But you focus on the staff. I need you to make a lore check to see if you can figure out what you're doing. Another pretty
2.
good roll.
So
wow.
that's a 7.
The
Nice.
staff has these purple. They're very fine-looking chains that are wrapped around it, and you can see that on top of the staff is what looks like a pair of horns, like bull horns. Now they're not actually there, but you can see them. It's like they're chained to the staff. The other thing you notice is that swirling around this staff, and when you look at it, it actually looks like it has a little spiral pattern that goes up it. And you look at it, and you get this immense sense of age. Not like hundreds of years, but literally like thousands of years old. Okay? And there's runes carved into it. Some of them seem to be... Do you speak any other languages?
I have no idea. That did not come up in my character generation.
Okay.
I would say no. I mean,
you may speak Latin. Oh, you probably speak Latin.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, because most of the like it's a piano bar. You don't have to sing well. You just have to
Negative
sing with
one.
gusto.
Yeah.
0.
Ooh.
Oh,
Wow,
you did good.
I got a +2.
Oh, you did well. What'd you get? 2? 0?
-1.
Oh, wow.
Now I roll
After
well.
the first song, they kind of ask you to sing quieter. I'm kidding. Yeah, no, you're having a good time. The piano player's actually pretty good. He plays Sweet Caroline, and everybody, good time never looks good. You're having a good time.
So good.
Yeah, you're.
So good.
And that's
You're
like
that-
a
you're that
recent-
girl.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. And you're having a lot of
like a
fun.
meme recently too.
I am that girl though.
The whole body with
Yeah, so good. So you're having fun. You're sitting around
Yeah.
drinking. Order another round. Midnight rolls around, and the piano player says he's done for the night. It's midnight, and he'll close everything up. Says he had a good time. You know, you can put a tip in his jar. He heads over to the bartender. About 5-10 minutes goes by, and he leaves. You're sitting there at the table. Chairs open, and between blinks, you notice all of a sudden there's a guy sitting in the chair that's in the corner. Kind of guy, big beard, wearing older clothes. It's kind of translucent-y, see-through, and he's smoking a cigar.
For a second there, I thought you were going to say he's smoking hot. I was like,
This guy is
wow.
not smoking hot. He looks kind of smarmy. He looks around the table at all of you and kind of cocks a kind of a snarky smile, and then goes back to smoking his cigar.
How's it going, Captain?
He goes, pretty well. Why are you all sitting at my table?
Just unfold my map and be like, it was the only one big enough for this.
He takes his cigar and puts it out on the map, and the map gets this terrible, nasty burn in it, and he goes, "That's nice."
That's where we need to go.
Sign.
Insider
It's a sign.
information.
Where did he burn it out? Where did he burn it out on the map?
It's actually in the middle of Lake. It's in the middle of Lake Pontchartrain. You're
Yeah.
really not sure you want to go there.
All right, I'll see y'all later. Investigation work.
That's where Bella's gonna throw my phone if I call her.
Right. And he goes back to puffing on his smoke, and he says, "Well, if you're going to sit at my table, at least buy me a drink,
Boom, drink.
and none of that frozen crap that you've got." And it's actually really good frozen crap.
It's a virgin pina colada. I am
It's actually
recovering
really
alcoholic.
Yeah.
Nice.
So
All right, get a shot of bourbon.
okay, you go up to the bar, bring him a shot of bourbon, put it in front of him, and he picks it up, looks at it, smells it, shoots it like this, and as soon as the liquid he tips it back, all of a sudden he disappears. Poof. And the shot glass hits the chair, ding, 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 rolls off onto the floor, and you notice the only thing that's left sitting on the table is a cigar, which very gradually kind of just fades out of existence.
Dang it.
Jody, I need
That's
a
a
lore
cool
check.
exit. It's very cool.
I got a 8.
Dang, mama.
While you were sitting there, you had the staff kind of across your knees, and you noticed that up and down the length of the staff, there were these very faint markings that maybe glowed a little bit while he was there.
I thought he was gonna yoink it.
All right, guys. So I was looking at the Devilman staff,
You can put that on the table if you
and it
want.
was, and there's faint line of something
You guys can see
glowing.
the glowing kind of. It looks like almost like stuff has been scratched into there. It looks like words. Yeah, it definitely looks like words.
So I'm gonna open my wizard eye.
All right.
I need a drink first.
Hey,
It's not midnight, is it? I
No,
want to do it before. I don't want to be.
No, it's
doing
right
it.
after midnight.
Right
It's
after
like
midnight.
12, 10,
Oh.
12, 15.
He
Yeah.
showed up.
Yeah.
So did he look like perturbed or like?
No, he looked pretty chill, actually, which is not a bad thing. So yeah,
See, I'm wondering.
Did we interrupt whatever happens normally?
See, that's what I'm thinking. If we
yeah,
stopped
I'm starting to
whatever
wonder.
stuff was going on.
Yeah, maybe we don't normally do like a ritual at this point to
Yeah.
fuck up all the ghosts.
Okay,
Could be.
so we know what do we know about ghouls? Because I actually only know what I just learned about it.
Yeah.
So does anyone at the table have info on ghouls?
So there's this
I would assume
place.
I would know ghouls.
So
Do I know ghouls
pretty
are?
much all I know right now is that they're hard to kill.
Yeah.
They don't like holy
They don't
relics.
like
Yeah.
relics, and they're really fast.
That's about what you know, Jody. Besides the fact
Yeah.
that they can look like humans,
Yeah.
they're intelligent, they're very smart.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's about it. That's what you know. They're intelligent, they're smart. They're a lot of times used for assassins. There is a ghoul assassin called the Tigressa that is. You hope you don't meet her ever because she's really tough and really
What
strong.
kind of business would they
What we can do is go to Sunnydale High, and there's a librarian there
yeah,
by the name of Giles.
he can give you a book.
Might be able to help us out.
Yeah,
It's all the way in California.
yeah, it's a little. You have to buy a plane ticket.
Well,
Jody,
just ride on
I
the
am- on what
I am the
season?
plane.
Because depending on what season he could be in England.
oh, that's right.
That's
Mm.
true.
Jody, are you opening your wizard site?
Yeah.
Okay,
It's
you open your
2010,
site.
he is in
I
England.
just told them first, so they don't, you know.
Did you have
this-
to hurt yourself to obtain that knowledge?
Wow.
The price
I'm-
I pay.
Okay.
She had to contact our patron.
Yeah.
They demand blood for
Yeah.
intelligence. Or,
Oh
not
my
intelligence,
god.
All right, Jody.
No,
You open your wizard site. You kind of focus on the staff so you don't see around you in the bar because this bar has been here for a bit of a while, and you're not sure what all you can see. But you focus on the staff. I need you to make a lore check to see if you can figure out what you're doing. Another pretty
2.
good roll.
So
Wow.
that's a 7.
The
Nice.
staff has these purple. They're very fine looking chains that are wrapped around it. And you can see that on top of the staff is what looks like a pair of horns, like bull horns. Now, they're not actually there, but you can see them. It's like they're chained to the staff. The other thing you notice is that swirling around this staff, and when you look at it, it actually looks like it has a little spiral pattern that goes up it. And you look at it, and you get this immense sense of age. Not like hundreds of years, but literally like thousands of years old. Okay? And there's runes carved into it. Some of them seem to be... Do you speak any other languages?
I have no idea. That did not come up in my character generation.
Okay.
I would say no. I mean,
You may
did I
speak
learn
Latin.
that
Oh,
in
you
school?
probably speak Latin.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. If you don't have any other languages or anything like that, then probably not. You do notice some of the runes.
Because I'm a relatively new
I
warden.
had
Right.
a semester
Well, no-
of high school Spanish.
Right. There's no Spanish.
Okay.
You do see some Latin. You think you recognize some older languages than that. Maybe one of them looks like Hebrew.
Could I say, hey, somebody get me a piece of paper and like kind of like
Yeah,
try to
absolutely.
draw out what I've seen?
Absolutely.
There's a
Yeah,
map.
but even
right there.
though-
Oh man, I'll tear off Lake Pontchartrain and hand it to
All
her.
right. So I'm gonna start like and doing my best to like recreate the characters
Yeah.
as they are.
Jody, I need you to make a discipline check.
Ooh. This is something she's only seeing because of her
Yes.
wizard eye.
Yes.
It's a +2.
All right. You take a 3 stress mental hit. Okay.
Okay.
Wow.
Just because the power that's coming off this thing is really starting to overwhelm your senses. again, the immense sense of age, like this thing has just been around for literally thousands of years. You can see faces kind of begin to swirl through it. None of them seem to be human. I mean, there's all kinds of different faces, but make me another lore check.
Not terrible.
4 plus
All
4.
Pretty good.
As you're staring at it, you start copying down the words or the letters and stuff like that as best you can, as quickly as possible. And you're writing down these different words, and it's almost like the words are overlaid on top of each other, just kind of floating above the staff. And you put your hand on it, and all of a sudden you sense this presence, ancient presence. You're pretty sure this person is human. And he's holding the staff, and he's engraving it, and speaking a language you don't understand, and then the vision fades. Do you want to close your sight now, so you don't take another discipline check?
Okay.
Make another discipline check, sweetie.
I'm going to.
Just walks around constantly in
Holy crap.
Oh my God, Della.
What'd you get?
You need to borrow a fake point?
I don't have discipline
A
around
2.
assist. I don't know.
I pass out.
You take another strength 3 mental attack, which means you're gonna have to take your 4th slot. Yeah.
This has been a rough night for
Yeah,
Della.
you're tired.
Hurt, mentally
Not a
drained.
great day.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna close
Exhausted.
the sight.
No, you didn't. You failed.
Oh god.
You gotta beat the roll, so you gotta roll again. There we go. Okay.
So that's how you can get like stuck in it and really mess
Right.
with
All right, you close your sight, but not before you get the same sense of this person who has engraved it, and that this staff has been passed down through the ages from king to king, from wizard king to wizard king for thousands of
I was
years.
just thinking.
Yeah, this thing is immeasurably old. You also get the distinct feeling it has something to do with summoning magic. So there you go.
I don't think I do.
Have it.
Who?
He didn't seem like a king.
I know, that's what I'm thinking. Maybe he killed a wizard king.
What if it is like? Are you relaying this information to us at all, or are we waiting?
You definitely notice that she's writing Hebrew.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Well, you work for the church. You know, I'm
Right,
sure
yeah.
you've seen her.
Yeah,
There's,
she
there's-
probably
scrolls
can
and
read some
whatnot.
of it.
yeah, there's a lot of different languages
Can
there.
you read Hebrew?
I would probably just recognize, or do you think I took maybe?
You
some?
want to give me a fate point?
Yeah.
And say
I
I
say
speak a little bit of Hebrew. Sure.
Yeah.
Nice.
You start looking at the Hebrew that she's written down, and it's written really badly. She's not very good at writing Hebrew.
Not very good at writing, and I have a terrible headache.
Yeah, you do. You're reading
My
it,
body hurts.
It's
and
not my first language either,
You
so
know what
I can't
helps?
judge. But
most
Yes,
of what
I'm
you
getting
read
some more.
there, you're not sure what it is. Until you get to this one word that you kind of puzzle out, because she's written it really badly, and it's obviously a name. And it says Suleiman.
Suleiman. Does that mean anything to you? I do it very dramatically.
The white hand of Suleiman.
You make a lore
Suleiman.
check?
Suleiman the Magnificent.
Can I? Oh, me?
Yeah, you make a lore check.
Oh, I thought you were.
No,
asking
she wouldn't
her.
notice.
Oh no, that's -1.
Yeah, you don't recognize the name.
Gotta do a Google check.
I just know that
Sure.
it means.
I typed in Suleiman and
yeah.
Do a lore check for me, but you get a +1
Does that
because you're
mean
using your
like
song.
blessed by God or something like that?
There you go.
plus 2.
That's much better.
Plus 4.
All right, so you type in Suleiman, and it comes up Solomon, the wise,
Okay.
That was one I was.
who was known to have summoned many jinns and afrits and imprisoned them during his time as the leader of the Israelites. So yeah, this seems to have been his staff. which is why you get the attitude of thousands of years of age.
So is this some sort of
So,
like thing that's being passed from person to person? Is
person,
it possible
no.
the Devilman that attacked us tonight is not the same Devilman, maybe from the other time?
Or somehow the Devilman got a hold of it.
It was a djinn who rebelled against its master.
Ooh.
That's possible. So,
I don't know.
do we want to keep storing it at your place, or do we want to store it in, say, the church, where they have a very powerful
Threshold.
threshold?
That's a good idea.
So,
I can contact Gabrielle and see if we have
yeah, do they have a place for?
Like
I'm
a
sure they
vault,
do.
maybe?
They have a reliquary.
Oh, yeah.
Reliquary vault.
Yeah,
Where they
you
put
can
stuff like
contact
this.
Gabriel and
Yeah.
tell him what it is.
Not to be confused with a vault.
That's right.
Yes.
Very different.
I will
Very
send Gabrielle a text message.
One has 2 legs.
That only has very few emojis in it.
You send a text to Gabriel. It takes a couple minutes, and he says,
You have the
Wait,
what?
"You have the staff of Solomon." He says, "Where?" And then, "Where are you right now?"
Lafitte's bar.
OMW. Right? Okay.
She emojis bar, lots of alcohol,
Yes.
Yeah.
drinks.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh
You,
my gosh, that's so good.
Yeah, about 30 minutes goes by, and sure enough, the very nicely dressed gentleman that you guys know, and you've met, you two are the only ones who have not met him. He comes walking in, and he walks up to the bar, orders a glass of something, and then sees you and comes over and sits at the table. He sits in the chair that was reserved for the feet, of all things.
Nah, he's gone anyway.
Yeah, he's gone anyway.
Yeah.
He sits down and he
I
says,
put away the map.
"Yeah, right."
It's like, I don't need to see that
I'm
again.
rubbing my head.
Oh, you got a headache.
He wouldn't know what the map meant
Yeah,
anyway.
right.
No, he saw. I
Same
totally
laugh.
put it on display for him when we met at the diner. Except now, like, Pontchartrain has been ripped off, and it's covered in Hebrew with a cigarette burn.
Right.
There's all kinds of stuff.
Right.
Oh my gosh, I love it.
The staff is
He
saying
looks
with
at all of
me
you
the
like
rest
you're
of this game.
freaking crazy. Anyway, he says, "You've recovered the staff of Solomon, the wise.
It appears to
Son
be
of-
so.
David?"
That's what it looks
what
like.
it looks like.
And did you pull staff out, show it to him? He goes,
I didn't know
Show
that's
him the
what it
Hebrew
was.
stuff that you
I,
wrote.
I'm
So the whole Devilman
We
thing
got
that we
this
thought we
from
killed, we did apparently didn't kill because he showed back up at her place, and we think he was coming after this because he had this, and so.
Oh, and you need to
Boom.
fire Oliver.
Yeah, Oliver. Yeah.
Oliver's not a nice guy. He goes, okay, so, all right.
Does he even
Oliver
know
is
Oliver?
who?
How many drinks
All
have
right,
you
so this is
had?
security guard
So-
at St. Louis. St. Louis, number one.
What did he do?
I think
So he's
like-
been letting somebody in, and they've been doing some kind of rituals. We think because
Which would explain the ghost
Ghost.
things. Gotcha.
They sick six ghouls on us.
So were your ghosts kind of chill tonight, or were they?
Yeah, they were not okay. Well, they're more
chill
active than usual, but they were not angry like they were last night.
So we think we interrupted whatever they're doing there, and this security guard Oliver, not that
Right.
bright, was letting his master and the apprentice, which was also a master, a woman and a guy in.
masked
I'll send
woman?
an email to Deacon Fontainebleau, and we'll see what we can get taken care of with that.
Yeah, and there might be a broken window.
Smash wall.
He laughs. And he's
I'm just scratching my head.
So you've shown him the staff, right?
Yeah.
I'm and I'm about to say,
Maybe
and
two.
I apologize for the handwriting, but my head's killing me. So
He looks
I
at
saw
it.
this with my.
He
wizard
looks at
sight.
it and he goes, "Well, your Hebrew
I tried to write
is
it
terrible."
down as best I could.
Um,
Sorry.
And then he
I was just copying.
no. And then he looks at the other writing and he goes, "And this is
Even worse.
ancient Sumerian, and this is Greek." He says, "I'm not sure what this is." He says, "The Hebrew says this is the staff of King Solomon, the wise. The other carvings are names. I'm not sure. Because I can spell them out phonetically, but they're names because they're not words. But he goes, yeah, that's Sumerian. I think this might be a form of Swahili. Interesting.
Are these possibly names of people that passed?
Oh, different kings that have had the staff.
Right.
He says that's what I'm kind of thinking is to make the staff yours, you must carve your name into it. But ebony is a terribly hard wood. He says, so okay, what did you want me to do with the staff?
Both like,
With lightning, I carved my name into the staff.
Well,
I
we
am
were
Bolt.
keeping it at her house, which triggered an attack.
so we got this from the Devilman.
Right.
And
Wait, there was an attack?
We thought we killed the Devilman, and I took the staff to keep it off the street.
I was told
Sent
you
you
were
a text about it.
firmly, in the.
I didn't know what those emojis meant. There was a lizard. I don't know.
Yeah, we were
Bull.
Devilman's back. Oh
That's good news to know.
Yeah, right?
Thought we killed him.
Yeah, so the Devilman showed up tonight when I was coming to go here, and I was invisible on the porch. My phone, which never works, went off.
no! This is
Thankfully,
That Devilman's
Miranda
crafty.
showed up and
Who knew we could use
attacked the Devilman, and
They had hooves, yeah.
he took
Opposable
off.
hooves.
So, but I don't want the staff at my home anymore.
Sorry. All right, we're having cloven hoof moments. All
So,
right.
but I don't want the staff at my home anymore because I think the Devilman is attracted to it. He's
think you're
wanting
probably
it
right.
back.
Is there any way you can unattract the Devilman to it?
If I carve my name in it, would he not be attracted anymore?
I don't know. I'm not sure. What
That's
it would
a lot.
what it would require you is probably counterspelling the spell that's on it. Now, okay, you can counterspell. It's probably going to be a thaumaturgical thing.
Hey, Darwin!
You guys want to try
You
it?
want to help me with
Is
it?
that like dispelling like Solomon's staff?
Well, it's unlinking. The Devilman didn't have to seem to have his name carved into it.
So
It was just wrapped around it with
the
the purple
thing-
chain.
chain was-
Right.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So you're thinking that he was tied to it differently
So
than
the
everybody else.
counterspell would
You
just
found a
remove the
loophole or some
chain.
shit.
Theoretically, you're
Okay.
I'm just imagining, like, instead of it being
So,
carved
it'll be
into it, it's just like Sharpie DM on the side.
Yeah. Devilman was here.
Are you about,
Stuff.
are you guys about to
Over.
attempt the practitioner's version of jailbreaking?
Yeah.
this?
That's right.
Yes, we're going to jailbreak Devilman
You're
staff.
gonna try and do it?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you put the staff on the table. You probably actually set it on the table. Maybe take something and wedge it standing straight up.
Beer
You
can.
take and then you take the salt shaker that's on the table and draw a circle around
How
it. Right.
convenient.
Then
How's the crowd looking?
do what?
They're so drunk. It's
They
past
Yeah,
their
exactly.
time.
Oh, you know,
Really good
just wondering-
Okay.
just
I'll
wondering-
make a distraction at the piano.
They see stuff like
Yes,
this
you
all
can
the
sing,
time.
yes.
They see stuff like
What-
this all
what
the
do you
time.
sing?
Oh yeah. If you want to play,
I-
I'll sing. Well, I'll play. You sing.
Okay, alright.
Clink,
Yes.
clink, clink, clink,
Yes,
clink,
I'll do
clink,
the
clink,
singing
clink,
part.
clink,
Yes,
clink,
that's
clink.
me.
Huh?
Did we determine
Let's
you can't
do.
Yes, we did.
Oh,
This
let's
is why it'd be
do
even better.
Piano Man.
I need you a lore check,
Let's do
Jody.
Piano Man.
Okay.
All night.
You can make one too if you would like. So you know how much
sing? Oh my gosh.
Wait,
Plus
what we
6.
lore check. You're looking at the thing to try and figure out how much power you
Okay,
can put in.
inspired by our performance.
Plus 6.
They
Oh,
get
you did
advantage
roll
on the
two.
roll.
Oh, 4. Okay. You're pretty sure that the strength of this spell is a plus 10. So you're gonna need to put 10 power into it. All right. So
We can do bits at a
what,
time.
what's your lore at?
My lord. Without the roll,
No, just
the
normal lore.
plus 5.
Plus 5, and yours is a 4, right? You help her, so it's a plus 6. So that means you got 4 levels of complexity you've got to make up. If you want to reach into your pouch and pull out, something that might help, I'm going to take one of your fate points. Okay, so that gives you a plus 8. Okay, so he's tagged his pouch of many things.
Yep.
You're going to need to tag another aspect.
I don't have any.
Any other ideas? Maybe an
Can I
aspect
help
that you
with
have?
anything? Because I mean, I don't have any thaumaturgy, but
Yeah, but you'd have. Do you have any weird stuff that you could give them? Is be the question.
weird stuff.
I'll ask Gabriel.
Can,
Do you do anything with thaumaturgy?
No, you just,
Can our performance inspire?
No.
I thought I'd try. Thought we tried.
Yeah.
I was like, I've got aspect. I owe you one.
I
I
got
could
like
spend a fate point.
focus items,
You just pray.
I mean,
I'll allow it. If you spend a point, give me a fate point. That'll allow you to use one of your focus items to help.
Isn't
Okay.
my guide
Yeah,
my
he's spending
hand?
fate
Isn't
points.
that
I mean,
basically
exactly.
what it
I was like, I've got a bunch of them better for you to.
I think
All
it
right,
works
so
like
you pull out
inspiration
probably
for
your
guides.
mouthpiece and it's silver, and so you're thinking, okay, maybe that'll work, and you're like, oh, that's a silver mouthpiece, and so you put it at the thing, and then the candle at 2 other points, and you probably put like maybe some ghost dust at here, and then some mandrake there, and then at the 6th point, because you're doing a 6-pointed star because it's Jewish, okay, that would make more sense. So you set up everything on the
I have
table.
a ring of divination. Would that do anything?
What does it do?
It just says 5, strength 5, once per session.
Just hearing the word
That's your-
ghost
that's your-
dust made me
Jody,
so
that's your-
sad
that's
that
your listening
cigars just
Oh, never mind.
disappeared.
Okay.
Yeah.
All
Because
right.
like the movie's like
I don't have
the thing just
anything
left cigars like
I think that's your listening.
Yeah, probably is.
Okay. So you get everything set up. You kind of focus, take a minute to kind of breathe, and at this point they tell you to quit playing on the piano and stuff like that. Most of the patrons have left the bar. You notice that the bartender is watching you guys very closely. She seems very curious about what you're doing.
Also, my sword
Mhm.
can be a weapon 6 or a fantastic +6 counter spell.
Ooh.
Wow.
Okay. So
Wow.
we're gonna give you one of those back.
Plus
We're gonna give you
Sorry.
this
Counter
I had
back.
too much to drink and forgot.
Yeah. So she takes out her sword and taps it on the staff, and then you set up the circle and you pull the things out of your bag and put it in there. And at this point, you've got to get 10 strength worth of spells going. So you may want to let him take points since you're kind of tired.
Okay.
Let's see. You're going to use your discipline. How much power do you want to put into it this first round to try? You got to get 10 strength. So what do you think you can roll?
And we have as many shots at as we don't have to do it really fast, right?
Right. Well, you can say I'm only going to put 2 points in this
Right,
time,
that's
and
what
2
I'm
the
saying.
next
I
time.
think I'll try 3.
Okay, go for it. All right, make your discipline check then. You've got a couple points you can take. Ooh, that's
Nice.
So that's a +6 total.
Okay, so you'll still only get 3 because you're trickling it in. Do you want to do it? Well, actually, you're helping him. So, okay. So, do you want to do it again,
sure.
another 3, or do you want to go for
Now,
higher
does
than
me
3?
helping him give any additional?
He gets a +1, so
Okay.
your discipline's 1 higher than normal. Yeah,
Yeah, we'll still go with 3.
yeah. Nothing wrong with that.
It might just do 4 for the last one.
Wow.
So that's still
all
fine.
blanks. Okay. So, all right. Last round, you're going to do 4, right?
Yeah, last round I'll do 4.
And you've got a couple aspects you can tag if you do. Ooh, wow, that's
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
Nice.
all right. So you're
Glad he was
kind of
one of
watching it and stuff like that. You begin the incantation, then the counter spell, and you touch it with your you're chanting a little bit, focused, and then you say now, and you tap it with your sword, and there's a flash of purple, and you notice that these little tiny horns fall to the ground and then turn into ectoplasm and go. Okay. And that's it. Yeah. Well, that's what ectoplasm sounds like. So,
I like it. No,
Yeah.
it's fitting.
yeah.
So that was just the spell to break the Devilman's hold on it.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, you guys not sure you could counterspell the entire staff. I'm not sure what would be required to break
That's
it.
what I was thinking. I was like, holy shit.
Now you
I
just
don't
need to
No, they're just getting the
carve
Devilman
into
off of
the
this thing. Yeah.
wood.
You're gonna hand it to Gabriel. Reach out, and takes the staff, and says, "I will take this to the reliquary at the Catholic Church."
Oh.
Okay. He says, "Good. I will take that there tonight. I'll text Deacon Fontainebleau. He can meet me up there because I think need to get this. Underground.
Escort?
Do you need an escort?
Yeah, I was gonna
That
say.
sounds perfect. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's all
I have
go.
this
Right.
great car.
Okay. You all pile into the Impala because
Might be a
it's big
little
enough for
cramped with
everybody.
6, but you know.
Yeah, well, 3 in the front, 3 in the back. You should be okay. Gabriel can sit by the
Still
window.
somebody in the back
Yeah.
part.
You still have your scooter.
You
can-
and your
I'm
kid.
sorry, laying across somebody in the back seat. Yeah.
Is it for one?
I'm taking my
okay.
scooter.
No, you're taking.
Oh, okay.
I was like,
fine.
I'll give you guys some. And he's like, no.
And,
bye.
I'm going
Is your
home.
character going home now? Probably. Or what?
I'm probably gonna go home at that point. That's
All right. You probably need to refill
He's
your
exhausted.
It's a
thing.
while. It's been a while too.
I'm
nights.
riding along because I just want to make sure.
Hey
it
Darwin,
gets-
you did
Yeah.
good. You did good work tonight, man.
Yeah, good work, Dave.
Good job,
Good
Darwin.
shooting. Good
Thank
shooting.
you,
heading
Darwin.
along.
You saved my
Nice
bacon.
hustling.
Fortunately, nothing happens on the way home.
I was about to say.
You roll up to your house,
the party a
lock
little
up your scooter,
Shoulda let me
unlock the
grab it.
door, go inside. Your house feels nice and cozy and warm now that the cold spots are gone, which is nice. You close everything up. Probably make yourself a sandwich. Maybe I don't know, get a shower and then head to bed. And fortunately, nothing untoward happens. The rest of you ride in the
To your
Impala
sandwich.
with Gabriel to the St. Louis Cathedral.
While we're in the Impala, I'm gonna ask for their badges, so I can put armor spells on them.
You already did
we
that.
seem to get it.
You already did that.
Okay.
You
I
put an
thought-
armor too.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually.
I thought it too.
Oh, we
I
had
thought
armor
it
too
ran
the
Write that
whole
down.
time?
Well,
You
okay.
didn't know. It
You
was
two
a
are the only
secret.
ones who have badges, if you remember. Really.
Oh, we.
Right.
So the only
you
official
two have
deputy.
armor too, right?
And
Miranda, I need
Oh,
yours.
that window felt like butter. It
right.
just.
Now it only lasts for about a week,
I
so
forgot
she'll
to
have to
ask
renew
Darwin
it each
before he
week.
rode off on
Yeah.
a scooter.
Well,
So
Darwin doesn't have one.
Right.
Yeah, we're the only ones with
No,
badges.
they're the only ones who
two
have
that
badges.
actually
Yeah.
had badges.
Buck
Yeah.
and I are the only ones.
Oh.
yeah, well, that's the part that was
okay.
working.
So then you know what?
Yeah.
Then after tonight, I'm making 2 more badges
All right.
and doing that.
Yeah.
All
So
right.
next time you guys will have armor
That's
too
right.
as well.
So yeah, doesn't hurt, and it lasts for a week, and then she has to renew it. So you head to the St. Louis
For a
Cathedral.
week.
You pull up in front of Jackson Square. It's very, very quiet. Everybody's gone home.
I didn't tell you. I was
Round.
gonna talk
Don't see any,
And then,
which is good.
there you go.
And so you hop out. Gabriel's got the staff. You're heading towards the St. Louis Cathedral, and you do see a man standing outside the cathedral. You're pretty sure it's Deacon Fontainebleau. He's standing outside. He looks like he's, kind of just pulled on some clothes. He's wearing probably a jogging suit or something like that. Hair's a bit mussed. He was probably in bed. And he sees you coming up, and he says, you've got the staff. We should get that into the reliquary quickly. And then he reaches out, pulls out this huge key, unlocks the door. It's a big wooden door, pushes it inwards. You step into the church. You can immediately feel kind of the power hit you as the threshold goes there. He invites you both in because that way you don't have to leave any of your power behind. Otherwise, you would have to overcome a +8 block every time you want to cast a spell, which means you probably would be spellless.
Yes.
So you didn't have a problem doing that for us? Okay, cool.
You guys just gave him the Staff of Solomon. He figures you guys are okay.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's a pretty heavy duty relic,
Yeah, I
right?
think you're all
We
right.
said, we're going to keep that.
Yeah, right. He figured you guys.
You
I mean,
know,
this is an ancient relic,
That's true.
and so he figures you're probably on the up and up. He takes you towards the front where the altar is, and behind the altar, and there's a little door kind of behind this curtain. And he pulls the curtain to the side. The door's probably 5 feet tall. You're gonna have to stoop to get in there. And he pulls out another ring of keys, and it's another one of these big old metal iron keys in there. And then he takes another key out, and you realize there's a second keyhole. And then you realize there's another one in the top of the door that was kind of hidden behind one of these little wooden, little flip down things. And he flips it up and does it in there, and the door goes click and pops open. He pushes the door inwards, and there's stairs going down. It's very, very dark. He pulls out his cell phone and turns on the light, which promptly goes tss and goes out.
Oh. I'm sorry. Let me move back a few feet.
Well, you can summon light. That's a cosmetic thing. You don't even have to make a roll for it.
Okay.
But how are
Alright.
you going to do it?
Sorry. Let me do this. So I'm gonna take
What-
out
what-
my umbrella and just put light on the tip of it.
Okay.
Nice.
Right.
Classic
You could-
Gandalf.
right. So you whoosh, and you hold out your umbrella, and it, he says, "Oh, thank you." You head down the stairs. The stairs go down for probably about 30 feet, and you realize you're in this concrete basement. Is the best way to put it, with kind of these arched pillars and things like that. It's damp and musty. You do notice that there are several coffins down here with nameplates and things like that. And he says,
Never been down here.
"No, you have never
So this
been
is
down
all
here."
new stuff.
Yeah, he
He's like,
says saints of the church, several bishops are interred down here. So just letting you know, this is a holy place, and you can feel that this is a really good place. You have no clue. Neither do
Can you
you, or
play
you. Yeah.
like vampires?
Yeah. He walks between several of them. coffins till he gets, there's maybe about 60, 70 feet, and he sees there's an iron door. It's kind of rusty because it is damp here. And he, again, reaches into his pocket, pulls out the ring of keys. There's 2 more locks and another one at the top. And he pushes it open. You go inside, and there's this altar. There's a little candle that's hanging from the ceiling that's burning. It's, looks like one of those infinity candles where, they just have a big old tall candle that's kept lit. Mm-hmm. And sitting on this altar are several pictures, and there's a couple of them that have like bones in them. There's what looks like maybe a big glass vial that looks like it maybe has some blood in it. There's some little slivers of wood and some things like that. And he says, these all look like holy relics. Mm-hmm. And he says, let's put this here. And he takes it and he lays it across the altar, moves a few things out of the way so that the staff can be between them. And he says, this should keep it safe.
Good.
Are those like saints parts?
Yeah, bones of saints. Yeah. Bones of St. Louis, the king, the same guy. We've also got, this is the bones of a saint who was killed in service to the Catholic Church as he was a missionary. Those are, we think, pieces of wood from the actual pyre where Joan of Arc was killed. Nothing, impressive like, the true cross or anything like that. And then he looks at you and you notice there's this little lead box. It looks like it's really heavy and soft. And he says, and that is a box that I don't want to mess with. He says, we have 3 coins of the blackened denarians. And they are kept here where they can't get to them. So
I'd back up.
Yeah, those are nasty, nasty things.
I'm like in heaven right now. I'm like, oh man, Darwin's gonna be so mad he missed out on this.
You really want to pull out your rosary and get. He says, yeah, this is. I was
taking pictures.
Yeah. Well, actually, when you do that, Fontainebleau says, please, don't take any pictures. This is a secret place. We've already had to defend it from the Denarians once before. And Gabriel says, well, yeah, I was kind of involved in that. And he says, right, and we will always be in your debt for helping us defend these holy relics from the Denarians. And so Gabriel says, it was my pleasure. Anyway, and so he puts the staff there, kind of ushers you out, locks the door again. You head back up the stairs, and he locks the door again, smooths the curtain back in the way, and you're thinking, this is like a fallout shelter for relics. And so he takes you out the front of the church and says, I really appreciate you finding letting me have the staff so that we can keep it safe. I'm not sure what powers are in the staff, but I certainly don't want it to fall into the wrong hands, as it obviously did with the person who tied the Devilman to it. Maybe this will keep him from showing back up again.
Could the ghoul lady leader have done that?
I don't know if those things are connected, but it's entirely possible.
Possibly.
Hey, by the way, we had before discussed that the cemetery had a threshold.
Yeah.
That might be compromised.
Would you mind checking that out for us tomorrow?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, we kind of got a date with there tomorrow night with this woman and her apprentice and Oliver, probably maybe.
They cannot wait to see us.
So I talked with her and she's like, "We'll see you tomorrow," and so I assume back at the cemetery because.
Well, I could bring some. I could probably get you some reinforcements in the form of maybe some of the local policemen who could help. We have a few good men on the force who are aware of the situation that we would be able to possibly back you up with.
I mean, I don't want to say no to help. I don't want to put people in harm's way.
No,
If
these
they're
guys
capable-
know. These guys would know what they were getting into.
Okay,
They've
they're
been
capable.
involved in the supernatural and the world that you're involved in.
These
can
things that
honestly
we
use
that we
some
ran across were
connections.
really tough. I would hate if something
Yeah,
happened to these
ghouls
policemen.
and ghouls.
Oh, ghouls.
6 ghouls.
So holy relics are what these gentlemen need.
Yes.
We will be sure to bless their bullets then.
Oh,
Could I have my sword blessed?
Oh, I can do that. I can try. I'm not sure how the magic of your sword will react with the blessing of God.
Could I have some holy water to pour on
Absolutely,
the sword?
absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah. He says, but
Just-
perhaps.
yeah, I'll take a whole canteen.
Yeah.
Can I have some
Super
holy
soaker.
fisticuffs?
I could. You could
Holy
pour,
brass knuckles?
You could pour holy water on your fist. He looks at you a little bit odd and says, "If you're interested, I could even.
Well-
You could take communion
I was gonna say,
tomorrow.
just
If
have to
you're
act with
Catholic,
righteousness and pure of heart, and then
we could be
I've
Catholic.
got a lot of that.
okay.
Yeah. He says, definitely, if you're Catholic, I could offer you communion. Maybe tomorrow evening.
I'll certainly
Sure.
be showing up.
Say it is midnight. Let's say we meet here around 5 o'clock in the afternoon, and I'll see what I can gather for you.
Yeah. Because like I said,
That's good. Honestly, we
I assume that's where we're going to meet them is at the at the cemetery.
Right.
showdown at the same
But, you know,
cemetery.
He says, yeah, and I will make a few phone calls about some of the New Orleans Special Task Force that is in
We
those.
could honestly use some connects with the police that know about what's
Yeah,
going
that
on
would be
locally in the
actually,
night.
It's true.
that'd be
It
Well,
would,
I
good.
guess
it
we
would
can
help in my
some badge numbers.
investigations.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
All right.
You begin heading back. You drop everybody off at their various and sundry places. You head back to your.
Do you
your-
want to do a sleepover at your house so I can threshold up your house just tonight, just in case?
Oh,
All
that
right.
sounds good. And
Okay.
I'm gonna get a few more Tootsie Rolls from her. Sugar is helping the headache.
Yeah. Yeah. Now remember, once the scene is over, all of those stress boxes go away.
Oh, is
so,
the scene
and, yeah,
over?
How long until my bandaging from last scene
It's gone.
goes away?
It's gone.
Okay,
Yeah,
good.
it's gone. You're cleaned up. I don't think anybody else took any consequences, did they? Okay.
Well, they survived.
Volt. You get back to your warehouse. You go up the stairs, open the door, and immediately your eyes are drawn to a piece of paper that's on the floor. Right under, look like it's slid underneath your door.
Yes. So
I'm
many
gonna
friends.
scope the area first and see if there's anybody hiding in the shadows. Being
Well, you're in your little loft bedroom, which I assume you had locked up and stuff like that. Yeah, okay.
I just want to make sure there's
Make an
nobody-
alertness check real quick.
Yeah, I just want to make sure.
Yeah, I got it.
+4.
Yeah, you think everything looks pretty okay.
Scan
Doesn't
the
look like anything's
perimeter.
broken in. Yeah, you're kind of looking down in the warehouse because there's a glass window you can look down. No, it's dark, but you can flip the lights on and look around and you don't see anybody. But yeah, it's an envelope.
Okay.
It's actually kind of a nice envelope, actually.
Close the door.
Yeah.
Lock it,
Yeah.
and then I guess I'll cut it up.
One fingernail.
I'll say one fingernail.
Yeah, you can do that.
Yeah,
sure.
okay, all right. I wasn't sure.
Sure.
Yeah.
You cut it open. On the front, it says Volt, and there's very kind of nice spirally handwriting, very pretty.
Yes.
You open it up, and there's feels like linen paper, really nice paper. You pull it out, and it says "Lunch is on me."
Oh god damn it.
Hotel Provincial, Anastasia.
Yeah.
Noon.
Hey, he's got 2 dates tomorrow.
Yeah. Noon. Right.
Yeah. Both might end in death.
Oh
Yeah.
Maybe me. I don't
So
know.
yeah, Hotel Provincial, noon, tomorrow, Anastasia. Anastasia
Noon is better than midnight.
Malvora?
Not that I'm there.
Yeah.